Hello, everyone. Welcome to ELU Season 2, Week 2 on this lovely Saturday evening. I'm your wonderful man host, observer extraordinaire, Glorsnax, joined by the biggest heel and the most hated mid laner in ELU, Mr. Stormblade.
Hello, hello. Very excited to be here.
All right. Just as we were going to get everything started now, we have already started a brand new pick and ban, so it's time to actually get ahead of it right now. Storm, 3 bans already on the blue side, 3 bans already on the red side. TPP playing the red, the stronger team, obviously, in this game, but we have seen upsets before. What do you think of the ban so far?
Pretty standard. I think that the biggest mistake from REV, though, is banning MF on blue side. I think the champ is disgustingly overpowered right now and should be first picked on blue side every single time. Force it to be banned by red.
I agree with you, actually. And we have a first pick hover of Nami on Revolution. Is that their power play?
I wouldn't mind a Nami pick, but
It's a Lucian instead. Okay, so they went with the Lucian instead. Interesting.
I think that's a lot smarter because it has the potential to bait the Nami pick out of TPP unless they want to go against a really strong lane right now.
Well, let's see what TPP's answer is. Immediate ADC pick for them. The response has to be big here from TPP. They immediately dropped the Nautilus. It wasn't banned as well. Scaling's favorite champion. Nautilus Samira instant response.
Well, they're going for a kill lane if they happen to lock the Nami in. And they're going to go ahead and do it. Nami into Samira seems kind of sus.
It is going to be a bloodbath down in the bot lane with how the bans are picking out right now. And it really should be entertaining. Oh, no, actually. We're not going to get the Nami. We're going to get the Morgana instead.
Very interesting.
So the Black Shield to block the Nautilus ultimate. What else would you block here?
Nautilus Q. The nice thing about the Morgana is it does dissuade from a couple of picks mid.
Oh,
but none of them really... Lilia blind is really disrespectful, I think.
And it is!
It's
Lilia blind flex. We don't know if this is Donuts or Fichi going in the top lane with it. What is the response here? I don't think the Kled does well into Lilia at all.
I think, honestly, they pick something like the Silas here, and then they save the last pick for
J4 instant lock response as well. So no Silas pickup here. TPP with the first ban is going to ban the Gnar. They do think it's a Lilia jungle. They don't think it's a Lilia top. But if it is a top, you already got a top ban out, which is really good. Kled now hovered on the ban as well, and that will be banned away. Okay, so we have a very interesting draft here.
Yeah, I would totally agree. It's not what I expected out of Rev. I really hope they look for a Silas on their last ban because they've got a lot of really solid ultimates for Silas to seal, and it's
Aatrox. Aatrox final ban for TPP. Interesting. And the Silas hover ban for Rev. If you're Rev, you pull the trigger here on that Silas, and now Silas loses sleep, loses Morgana ulti, and loses the culling. That would have been huge. Huge Silas R so far.
Yeah, if I were Rev right now, I would swap the Morgana mid and pick up something like Alistar as the support.
So
something that can get rid of the Jarvan.
Volibear now locked in. And LeBlanc hover. Are we going to see the fabled LeBlanc-Diana matchup? No. So it is a Lilia jungle with the Shen hover? I think that
they're going crazy in draft today.
I think that confirms it.
I have no idea what to expect from them.
Yeah, so
wow.
Shen top, Lilia jungle. So the Gnar and Aatrox ban actually work out in the end for TPP because they don't want to flex that Lilia top. Interesting.
Wow,
We had a
this is
really interesting draft.
this is definitely interesting.
What is the final pick here? What do you pick mid lane
I
for
wouldn't
this
be
team
surprised
comp?
to see the LeBlanc come through. Honestly,
It is a LeBlanc. And
it's Doctor Eluro's most played champ.
it should
Now,
be an instant Diana response, no?
now I know that White is not a big fan of the Diana matchup, but he might just play it anyways.
And that is
Okay,
it right
he's gonna play
there.
it anyways. Now,
He's
I
gonna
think
play
this
it
lane is
anyways.
incredibly one-sided, and I would expect to see that in this game. I think it's borderline unplayable for LeBlanc, and I think he's about to realize how easy it is.
All right. Well, the captains are saying R and getting into the game, and while we wait our expected 3 minutes, of course, League of Legends, it's not a perfect game. We will be getting into
Of
the thing
course.
right now. Of course, you'll be hearing the draft noises and everything. With Piercing Light, brought to you by Riot Games with the Creator Safe playlist, of course. Gotta add some spice to the stream, of course. So we're gonna stop the music as the voice lines will now ring through and we hear the draft music. Rev's team comp, what is this win condition in your eyes?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. What it looks like is that LeBlanc needs to get incredibly ahead so that she can side lane with the safety of Chenault. But I don't see how LeBlanc gets ahead. Lilia is not an incredible skirmisher, not compared to Diana Jarvan. So I don't see mid lane getting a lead. So their win con has to switch to the Lucian Morgana bot lane, but that's into a Nautilus Samir, and I don't think that's a winning lane either. So I essentially think they drafted themselves 3 losing positions and a Shen and the Volibear, which they can't play through. So I think honestly this is just a huge draft gap from TPP.
I think so as well. It's going to be really interesting to see how you respond to this, honestly. I. Oof. This is going to be interesting. I am all for it.
Yeah, I mean, TPP going a very standard style for them. It seems like almost every game they end up drafting 4 melees and some kind of hyper carry ADC, right? I think Lilia is a fine pick into a bunch of melees. So is Shen, but LeBlanc and I don't know. I just feel like if they had something with a little more substance to do a little bit more damage mid, they have a much better chance this game.
So we do have the final picks in. It is Volibear top. So I like TPP's team comp a lot better. They are gonna go with the kill lane, bot lane. Basically, not. No, there's gonna be no Microsoft Paint session. That was. I was. Oof. That was something. That was something.
Something is definitely one way to word it. Yep. Okay. Let's close this out.
All right.
It's good.
We will, as you could tell, the teams who are they playing right now? TPP versus Rev. So Rev's win con here is scale. That's the name of the game.
But do they outscale?
If you could shut down Diana, potentially.
I think that Samira outscales Lucian pretty handedly, especially with the fact that Lucian's only peel tools and peel options are Morgana and Shen. There's no way that's enough to peel Volibear, Jarvan, Diana, and Nautilus off of you.
That's true.
And
But
Samira has so much easier
LeBlanc.
execution in these teamfights.
Maybe the LeBlanc could find a pathway to execute, maybe chunk them out before the fight, before it even happens as well. That's potentially a win condition. You fight while they are heavily chunked out and you are able to do it. But honestly, if you are Rev, this is going to be an interesting one.
I think the best chance for Rev is to end up with something like a Miracle E from the Lilia to sleep the Samira, and then LeBlanc and Shen just get on top of her somehow. But the problem I have with that is, I feel like if both ADCs are dead, if Samira and Lucian are both dead, I feel like the Volibear, Jarvan, Diana, Nautilus wins the 4v4 versus Shen, LeBlanc, Lilia, and Morgana.
Oh, I
So
agree.
it's
It really also depends on how they play through topside. If Volibear does fall behind, then he is pretty bad as a champion.
that's true. That's true. Tampa, the pick is so safe into low damage top sides though, like this.
It
Like the
is.
amount of time that Shen and Lily need to be hitting a Volibear for him to actually go down, especially if he's level 6, it's probably enough time for Jarvan and Diana to get there and turn the fight around. So
Well, you don't know. Shen does do max HP damage, at least
that
10%.
that is that is true. That is true. Shen
10%
is
HP damage on level 1 Q. Because we need more max HP damage top lane. Thank you, Riot, for nerfing tanks and then buffing the only tanks you like.
well, I'm fairly
As
certain that
just a salty
Volibear
top
is a
laner.
winning matchup into Shen, believe it or not.
I do think so as well. It really depends on the Shen W's as well. Because he can block the W extra damage. I
And the
believe it's
Q,
a,
right?
and the Q. But he will still. He won't get stunned from the Q, but Volibear will still heal from the W. Which is why you W in the first place. And the
Oh,
E
I
does
I think I was
5%.
wrong actually.
The E does 5% max damage into Shen, but Shen immediately gets on you 10% max HP, 10% max HP, 10% max HP. Just like that, Volibear level 2, level 3 is already turned to half. So,
Interesting.
Shen actually does a lot more damage. I don't think it's a weak damage top. I think it's a medium damage. He's not extreme high damage like Quinn,
Irelia, if you are yeah.
Aurelia, Finn, GP, Camille. It's nothing like that, but Shen can hold his own against those champions and still solo kill once or twice if he is still good enough as a player.
And and Shen is a fantastic brawler. It's very hard to gank him with the Jarvan Volibear. If he saves his E, he can escape the Jarvan ult, and he can use his W to block the Volibear stun. So hopefully we don't see Brick Machine pathing top. I think that Samir and Nautilus can push in really easily against the Lucian Morgana and force early dives. I'd love to see them force early dives.
I'd love to see that too. Alright, as we are getting into loading screen right now, we are going to play the transition again as I... Oh no, all of a sudden everything hides. As now we play the transition as I rush to add the video capture. Oh, not that fast. I'm sorry. Oh, hey, that's my
Leaked.
leaked. Sorry, that's
Clip it. Clip it.
the in game. No, guys, come on, please. My first game, please. You guys understand, right? Please, come on, guys. You know it's me. Come on, it's me. Right. I get the weird OPS glitch where nothing wants to work for the first 20 seconds. Uh, Everything is perfect. Don't worry. Any skins you want to code on? Oh, the Infernal Shen. Let's go.
The Infernal Shen versus the Infernal Diana. That should be pretty spicy.
It
Really
should.
good Morgana skin. Love that Morgana skin. Uh, Spirit Blossom, not Lilia. I mean, it's not bad. Other than that, I'm upset to see
Ah,
that ISO Square is the only one with no skin in the game.
true. If only the people in the stream could see it. Unfortunately, the League of Legends client does not like to work with us because Riot does not like friends. They don't like family. It's so sad. Anyway, we are now launching into the game itself as the champions will load in slowly but surely. Caster uses Firefox confirmed. No, I use Opera GX. Opera GX, the gaming browser made for gamers.
Not
Download it
sponsored, by the
now.
way.
Download it now and get PewDiePie, because PewDiePie.
Just get them.
Just get him. Just get PewDiePie. Yes. Okay. Why is this not working? Do I have to cancel it?
are you using game capture or window capture?
Window capture. Let's try game
Try
capture.
using game capture.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is better than
What is a
staring.
bun blade? That is a good question. I've been wondering that myself.
There we go. Hey, look at that. Window capture no longer
Hey, there we
works.
go.
Thank you, Riot, for removing window capture from the game. It's very cool of you
Also,
to
thank
do
you, Riot,
that.
for removing all chat, so we won't get to see any interesting banter level 1. Sad.
Sad. Very sad. We're going to go ahead and move the teams over here to their respective corners. That way you can cheer your team on. All chat is disabled in the league, but I know Control-Z.
Do me a solid
I
there.
know. I've observed before, but I appreciate it. So it looks like it's going to be pretty normal so far as we zoom out Mega on the teams here. Looks like it's a 5 point on the side of blue. Oh, big emote on the side of Scaly there. Hot dog Bud Blade. We'll go ahead and do that as well. We're having nice and fun times. We're going to go ahead and reset the camera. So that way it just does the normal thing. Brick Machine going for the start of the blue side right now. Donut also starting his blue. Getting the top. Pink's going top side. Synergy in the bot. Very beautiful Morgana skin with the pink. Looks very nice.
Yeah, it's a nice contrast.
Alright, so Doran's Ring start for Neffel right there as he takes a very good trade in the top side, getting that E max damage down. But he does have Time Warp Tonic in the top lane with that grasp. Nice little hook onto Scalene. Scalene will go in. ISO taking a really bad trade as well. They're going to go in here. Flash, Ignite. Oh, only Ignite and Morgana Sums are burned there. But that was very dangerous on the side of TPP.
Very interesting. ISO held on to heal there, though, so they should be relatively safe if he can sustain back up in this lane a little bit. And now they have a ton of kill pressure onto this Morgana.
Oh, man. That was... Oof. That was a bit scary. Scalene got chunked really badly there. Fichi... Oh, my God! He's going to eat. The Storm does block the Q there perfectly. Neffel is still going to trade aggressively with him here. May flash for it. The minions dissuade any kind of dive with the Shen-empowered Q as well. And so far, we got ourselves a banger.
Yeah, I mean, both
Oh!
teams
Neffel?
going at it.
Oh, Neffel misses it.
Just barely.
Just barely. Fichi, does he have the Shen taunt? Is it going to be enough? It's going to be 9 seconds on the Shen taunt, and he will back up completely. Recall it the second brush instead. Oh, that is a burned flash top with the PTA volley burn, not able to secure that kill. Neffel's going to be right here, and Fiji's going to taunt him. He's going to get the Q off, and Neffel may have bit off more than he can chew here.
If
the
Neffel
W
can
heals
kite this out, though, he can turn.
Neffel can kite this out. Fiji flashes forward. Is it going to be enough? The W first blood. Neffel top lane.
It was just barely enough damage.
Oh! What a great turnaround and kite from Neffel up there to secure it.
Honestly, just really overzealous from Shen. Maybe if he came back with a longsword, he can go for that play, but Polar Bear is just too hard to kill early game. Light CF lead mid lane. Kind of surprised, honestly. Looks like Wyke already took a reset.
Sorry about that. Mama Gore Snacks came in here to wish me good luck. Oh, Fiji with the taunt onto Neffel.
Another trade top.
Another trade top. Ooh, but he doesn't have the flash, so he's no real threat there. Neffel with the perfect E just to dissuade any more aggression. First Drake has spawned, and it is Infernal. Trade in the mid lane. The minion. MVP right there, blocking the ethereal chain.
Secret agent.
Secret agent mid. So
I think I understand why this matchup is plagued White so much. I think that running Electrocute is just way better into a matchup like this, where you can't ever stack your Conqueror fully. Little burst trades. But, what do I know? Oh, what a great roam from Scaling.
This could be potentially a kill here. He does miss the hook. Lily is here to dissuade. Not much else will happen, though. I don't think much... We got the banger at the top, but... Oh! Scaling does hit the hook. Does pop the LeBlanc passive, and that's what you want to do.
And if it's going to force this wave in and maybe look drag,
They do.
it's really good for ISO to be able to 2v1 the lane and still have a CS lead.
Well, ISO had a 20 CS lead already beforehand.
That's true. That's true.
He's only gotten 5, while Lucian has gotten 18. But it is still good for Samira not to die. Nuffle does have level 6, has the Kindle Gem, may have something with the CDR. Dr. Alluro, kinda low mid, staying. This is a single bad dive away mid, and that's a turn for the Diana, who just now hit 6.
Diana completely catches up in CS and still has teleport advantage.
Very true. Dr. Alluro going with the Ignite instead. They have no pings and vision there. They think Volley's in the top side. Fichi now has the level 6. Neffel will fight him. Procs the bone plating. We'll go ahead and do a ton of damage. Not much else I think can come from it. Oh, it does get the extra bite off.
A very solid trade.
Oh, Samira hit by the Morgana Q. Will have to force to take the Dragon auto attacks as they constantly aggro it. Jin Zhao here on the Lucian coming up as well. Luro, they know they're on a ward though, so not much will happen. Looks like Neffel is looking around the map for his teleport. See what he can use there with the... what is the Volleyburst ult name? Is it Face the Storm?
Oh, Stormbringer.
Stormbringer. Sorry.
Yes.
My bad. Nice
No,
electric.
you're fine.
Nice electrocute proc there. It's a hot dog bun blade. What even is a hot dog bun blade? Gonna be
He said earlier in chat that it's a reference to the old Hextech Gunblade, but I'm not sure what inspired. Maybe he just really likes hot dogs.
Maybe Wyke is the biggest hot dog fan. Maybe we'll see him on the Nathan's National Hot Dog Eating Contest. Lilia? It's being threatened here by Neffel. He will ult! Gets the stun off, forces the flash.
I'm kind of surprised that didn't force out the Shen ult there. They're going to look to collapse on it.
Vici is too low for this, but
can't even do
Alluro's
it, though.
here.
This is an easy 2v3.
Okay, but the Shen ult is on Dr. Alluro right now. Fiji
Gunblade can
gets the
actually one-shot
W.
2 people right now.
Oh, is it going to be
not gonna
enough?
look for it.
Neffel flashes it perfectly to LeBlanc. Distortion. Hot Dog Bunblade now goes in on the Shen with the ultimate now, but I think it's way too late, and Alluro secures the
Way too
kill.
late.
And the calling.
The quiz got
Oh, it's going to be enough, Scalene. So close.
close, very close.
Feel like that was a Lucian dash in Q kill right there and flash out, but
Pretty
won't be for
easily,
the
honestly.
case.
And he had Morgana flash ignite up too. I think they were just a little trigger shy.
Still,
I'm really surprised at how that topside fight went. I think if Diana just ulted the bot side of the fight before Nuffle got poked out, it's just it's a free double kill.
as our good friend Switchfoot 19 would say, the Glizzy Gobbler, hot dog bun blade. Diana Crescent Strike will barely miss. Hot dog bun blade will be hit by the E there. We'll get the passive off though. Ult chains going in for LeBlanc. Not much else can happen there. Fully fully stacked Conqueror for the Diana there means she does get at least a good 40 extra AP. So something to fear.
Yeah, and LeBlanc can't actually contest the wave push anymore in this anymore at all in this lane. Even though she has a kill lead, she probably is up 200 or 300 gold, and she just can't contest the wave anymore.
So
That has
the gold
free push.
lead here in this game is all top and support, actually. Scaling with a 400 gold lead on the Morgana, Spunblade will not pursue yet, as J4 will move down just to possibly secure it, and they see scaling mid now.
You want to know something pretty interesting is if you click on Morgana right now, she has 263 gold towards her gold quest, while Scalene is already at 650.
He's
That's
at
the
681. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So
all of his gold lead is just from his support item.
all the gold lead just hitting those cannons. Stonks.
Sure.
Actual stonks.
A top.
Rick gonna
Right
get
now?
engaged on, does dodge the flag and drag, but Brick Machine only drags him in at once. Vici gonna use that Shen W perfectly. Is gonna be enough. Neffel here with the ultimate. Scalene is also here, and it is no shot for the Shen.
Stormbringer crit.
Stormbringer
Wow,
crit
what
there.
a crazy dive. And just used pawn early, I guess, maybe to trade. I didn't see exactly what happened there.
So what had happened is Vici walked up, Jarvan walked up, and that's what happened. Oh, donuts. Possibly going to get something. There's an instant teleport, though. They were going to get that. The sleep is available. Looks like they don't want to use it yet. That is a shutdown burn for the
Huge
Lilia.
shutdown onto the Lilia.
That's exactly what you want if you're Revolution.
Into a bunch of melees. Yeah, I hope she itemizes correctly. I'd love to see Lilia itemize towards Riftmaker, actually, and go kind of like a bruisery build. But based on the itemization, it doesn't look like it, unfortunately.
It does look more like a possible
First
Leandries.
Maybe first item Leandries, I guess?
Maybe first item Leandries. You never know. The league meta
But
is currently insane these days. Nice trade onto ISO. And they're going to go ahead and get
They can
the
turn
black
this around,
shield.
though.
There's 3 bot, though. Can
Just
you
they push-
run
just
fast
wave in,
enough?
it's an easy dive.
Scalene is going to be hit right there. Jinzel with the flag and drag is still going to hit. Shen is here, though! And it's a kill secure with the tower execute from the Morgana Ignite onto J4.
Honestly, just a little rushed. We had the same problem in one of our games earlier this week. Not pushing the wave in before the dive is very dangerous.
And now all
And
5
they're gonna
bot
drop
lane.
Rift here.
They want this guaranteed bot. They are going to get 2 tower plates so far. Dr. Todd taking
This is a
tower
huge
aggro.
turn.
He's going to get hit by the hook! It is absolutely insane, and Vici is
triple
also
kill
dead as
for
well! There's the style of craziness. Samir with the double kill. Asleep mid lane. Alluro will...
Okay. Not exactly sure what that flash was
A
for,
LeBlanc
but
will get the kill back as well. Alluro, is he able to get it? Oh, he dodges the Q. Is the W going to be back up? He dodges the E. And he will get out with his life. But from pretty good to really bad in the middle of seconds in that bot lane dive.
I mean, what was that, a 3v5 and they walked away with 4 kills?
Yeah.
That's got to be the moment that they look back on as the reason they lost this first game. I mean, just
It's not
mis-execution all
over.
around.
It's not over yet.
That's true.
The
That's
lady,
true.
the fat lady
Morgana
has not
walking
sung.
into think. I don't know. It's exactly where TPP wants their gold to be. 300 gold bounty on that Samir with shield build completed already. It's gonna be looking pretty hard to kill.
It's only about 700. Gold is about 100 up, despite the 2 kills and almost even CS. Jungle is reluctantly about that bad. Top is about 1.6k down, though. This Shen only having 46 CS. Really suffering in this matchup.
I mean, Neffel is definitely one of the top 3 top laners in this league, and he's putting on a little bit of a clinic, honestly.
He is, but we've seen miracles happen.
We have.
Immediately for second Drake. Dr. Todd with the flash in Morgana. Scalene's immediately going to go in as well. That's going to be a nice ult. This is a disorganized team fight completely for Revolution. The 2-man Lunari will be enough to execute 3 so far. The Samira? No. Unlucky. Only kills the clip.
Samira picks up another kill during the fight. Ah, it's definitely looking like a tough one for Shen this game. 4 deaths at 15
Oh,
minutes is.
Dr. Aluro's immediately going to go in on Scalene. Drops back, but there is an angry bear right in front of you, and I don't think you have anywhere to go. Nuffle on the killing spree. 350 gold into his pocket.
And Fichi is now staring down the barrel.
Oh!
He flashed it into the queue. That's another shutdown on the Volibear from Donut.
Okay, so Lilia now is the main threat carry here for Rev. They are down, but they are not out.
He has the highest gold in the entire game right now.
Does he? Oh, wow, he does. That's insane. Shen is a comfortable ways away from coming close to Volibear Gold, but right now, that is not the issue.
Couple thousand, yes.
Not that bad when you think about it so
And
far.
look at the gold mid. Something pretty interesting. Based on KDAs, I would assume that the Diana would be pretty far behind in gold, but she's up over 1,000.
It's true. Nuffle also did get all 5 tower plates top plus first tower. So that's an extra. About 2,000 gold to his name. About an extra 2k to his paycheck. You know, Nuffle putting in the work, obviously. Deserves some of the gold.
Hey, this is one big bear.
He's a very scary bear with that Divine already. Nothing is able to be matched, though, on Rev topside. Who do you send against that Volibear if he does decide to split push?
Yeah, you have to send at least 2 at this point. I mean, there's no way Shen can deal with him. And even if you send a second, it has to be someone with, like, a lot of damage. It has to be the LeBlanc or the Lilia. And you're just losing so much map pressure if you have to relegate 2 or 3 members to the side lane.
Samira also getting that Merc Treads. Not really scared of this LeBlanc at all. Jumping in. The confidence from the 3-0 Samira, especially with shield bill still low. Fichi going a bit too far on his lonesome. He's a little lost in these woods, and the big bad bear is coming to kill him as well. As we get another engaged mid, Alluro will not be able to do it. Neffel does not hit the ult engaged by itself. And we got a lot of action going on in this game so far, in the side lane as well, but so far, Lucian not going to focus the Diana hitting the tower at all. Instant Shen response teleport. And it's going to be Fichi who's 200 HP and they still get the kill. Sorry.
Neffel turns around and gets the kill on the enemy mid laner.
I guess it's a fair trade all in all. The LeBlanc still not having enough damage to burst him through the shield. Herald is dropped mid. This is a cracked inhibitor. Guaranteed.
I would love to see TPP not take this inhibitor and just leave after the tower, which they will choose to do. Lovely. I think it's way too early in the game to get inhib. I remember mentioning that LS or maybe it was Freak did the math on this already, and taking inhibitor if you can't get something like
the 3-man sleep. Here we go. Samira's asleep. She will be able to flash out instantly, and that's going to be Jin Zhao. Melee range of the Nautilus will get knocked up and put to sleep himself. No Lilia needed. Samira taunt. It's going to be enough.
Samira gets a massive ult off.
She does get it, but is it enough for the team to even stay alive at this point? Neffel may have been a Morrigan Chew. The W heal is 560 HP, and it is a 1 for 5 on the side of TPP.
They took a 4v5 with them all at like 75% HP, and they come away with an incredible trade. I mean, this gold lead is starting to get out of control really fast.
It is. And take a moment here, do a little reprise of my voice. Get a quick cough off, you know, refreshes.
With the Ocean Drake coming up, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this game ends before Soul is even available. I think after Neffel takes this blue buff, they can look for a reset and pressure Baron. I think it's not too early, especially when you have carries that are as fed as they are.
It's true. The Samir also now having the Collector. So they will be
Yeah, I
ahead.
mean, against a team of squishies like this, she's going to be doing
And
absurd
I
amount,
mean, it was
absurd
a
amount of damage.
teleport immediately in the Dragon Pit by Shen. It looks like they want to force this, but Neffel going to match his own teleport as well. And this is a big angry bear. Dr. Tot is hit by the hook, and it's just not enough. Turbo Kentake activated by the
Insta,
Shen.
insta killed.
But there is no hope there, even with the Zonius. And we have an interesting development on the bot side of the fight here. They're all grouped up together. There is Nautilus ult still available. Vici is gonna go in by himself here, try to stop it, and blue team will steal the Ocean Dragon, but you lose two more in the steal attempt. You get a... Oh, no.
And this just looks like to be a Baron, to be honest.
And there is the Nautilus ult to basically guarantee the LeBlanc kill as well. The Samira...
Oh my gosh.
Just too
Really
ahead.
nice dash from ISO. I'd love to see a Baron rush here. And honestly, they can end the game on their next push. Open base.
Open base. No inhibitor tower defending that middle inhibitor. Baron super buff minions. Push that down with the cannon siege. Really, the wave clear. It's LeBlanc. And if LeBlanc goes in, you kill her instantly. You blow her up. Thank you, Sound
2K gold
Wow.
lead at 22 minutes.
It is a 11k gold lead. 11.5k gold lead at 22 minutes. This is getting a bit out of hand.
It was a bit out of hand 10 minutes ago. But this is how I would expect the progression of the game to go, based on the early leads that were given.
And really, if you're Rev, that bot lane dive had so much promise to it, but it really just led to the collapse.
Execution. Yeah. Dives are one of the hardest things to pull off in the league. Teams that get really good at it will just... It'll be like LPL versus NA, you know? FPX versus Dan 1 almost, you know?
Okay, awesome all chat happening right there from Brick Machine. Can't see any other responses. Don't know if he is talking to himself, going a little crazy. Playing Jarvan, Gore Drinker, with Sterix. I know it gets a bit boring.
He's going a little bit crazy.
Wrong chat.
Wrong chat.
Okay. So, some possible BM happening in the TPP chat. Or probably just some life
I
stories.
think Brick Machine was probably trying to whisper to one of his friends outside the game and just didn't know the right buttons.
Yeah, maybe he just pressed the wrong buttons. That would have been really funny. It's an old man moment. That's a Trick 2G moment. There you go. Not a boomer moment. A Trick 2G moment.
I mean, the Diana in the side lane can just one-shot that tower if she's given a couple seconds, so... It doesn't even look like they're going to contest one side. They look way too split. If they don't contest one of these inhibs, they're just going to lose all three.
They've already lost
I know
mid.
it sounds like they're about to lose bot too. They're just not going to pull the trigger on anything.
Oh, Diana's moving though.
Losing 3 inhibs.
Brick Machine does go in. Nothing punishment-wise available there. Oh, Fiji with the last Shenton. That's going to be a huge Gore Drinker. And honestly...
I mean, the fight's over.
The fight is over. ISO does pay for his sins. Shut down by the Lucian. But this was...
I mean, that was another 4v5 from TPP. Diana didn't even get an assist in that fight.
That was a full 5v5, I think. I think he did get an assist.
4v5. No, I didn't see a single assist come in for the Diana.
Well,
wow, like... that was just a textbook ending to the game. I mean, just from like just from like minute, what was it, 8 or something, where they look for that play in the bot side river, and then the dive at like, what was it, 11 minutes or something. It's just...
So we are gonna go ahead, look at the client stats. I just turn on the little thing as well, so that way you guys can look at the nice graphic they made. You know. But I mean, if you're Rev here, I mean, it was disaster at that point for the bot lane dive. Total gold damage charts tell an interesting story. 5,000 damage for the support player. 9,000 for the Diana. LeBlanc did outdamage her, but Neffel and Samira, the most damage in the game. Nobody is shocked.
I mean, looks exactly how the game went, to be honest. I'd be more interested to see a goal graph if we can get our hands on one.
I think we can't. I think that's only
Yeah,
overview.
I don't think we have the option,
I don't think we can.
unfortunately. Because I'm sure the spike after that bot dive is just,
Huge.
yeah, it just makes the game look, gives them a nice
All
goal graph.
right. We're going to go ahead and put the starting soon back on because it's lovely and I want to give credit to Jazz for doing it. But, I mean, whew, really hard game there. Really heartbreaking if you're Rev. This is not the
Oh my
song to
gosh.
be playing at this point. I am going to turn off Legends Never Die. I'm very sorry. I did not realize that song would be playing. We'll play Warriors. There we go. That way Rev can get a boost up. And in the discussions of the ELU,
This
oh
needs to be
man,
an emoji.
not
They need to make this
sus,
an emoji so we can react with it.
not
Yeah.
sus. That is horrid.
I've never seen a. This is a very lovely image. This is actually, I've been informed by some sources that will go unnamed that this is actually a scaling circle cosplay image that he did. I'm not sure how he got the animation style in real life like that, but I mean, it looks incredible.
Okay, all right, let's.
Mad props to him for pulling that off.
Scalene is insane, actually, if he's able to pull that off.
I mean, aside from his gameplay, this getting the Samira ahead like that bot lane, leaving to get mid ahead, help mid push out the waves. It's just, and then slowly choking out the vision on Rev's side. The LeBlanc can't roam because her map is permanently dark. It's just there's no way to get ahead.
So the draft is being made right now. Lobby is being made for game two. It is real interesting to see what changes Rev will do into this game as well. I mean, if you're Rev, do you just say, fuck it, we'll go for a cheese comp? Oh, sorry, curse, my bad. Whoops.
Frick it.
Frick it, we'll go for a cheese comp. It is going to be interesting to see how they play as well. But also another thing happening right now, I believe second game is already underway for TKK versus New York Mutants. Maybe the first. We'll see.
The second game being underway already is that would have been a very fast game one.
Okay, thank you very much for letting me into my lobby real quick. Let me invite my wonderful man, Mr. Stormblade. There you are.
Hey, Soundwave 2017. See, I had a feeling Brick Machine was trying to whisper to someone.
Was asking a friend something. Yeah, I figure. Storm?
I
Oh,
can't move down.
yeah, you can't move down.
Now I can. I think despite how poorly the early game went for Rev after those couple plays, I think Donut's pathing was actually really solid. I liked everything I saw out of him, but it just seems like everything's falling apart too fast for him to really impact the games. I mean, we saw him hit a 3-man Lilia ult at top lane tier 2, and they ended up losing the fight 4v5. It's just he's permanently in really tough situations. He had a gold lead over a Brick Machine for probably 80% of that game until after Baron fell. So I don't know. Maybe they need to pick more supportive lanes. Try to almost funnel the jungler. See if they can get him a bigger lead. Maybe he can do something with it. Or else I'm not really sure what the win con for Rev is.
I agree with you. All right, we are going to take a quick bathroom break for both the teams, so we will also hit it ourselves and mute up real quick so that way you can enjoy the nice little world's music. Stay tuned. Hello there, everyone. The bathroom break was nice and quick for everyone as we returned in immediate game two, as the bathroom break for the teams were also quick and pleasant. Rev already holding the ban over here as we see the Urgot hover again, and it is going to be the confirmed Urgot ban. Ivern banned away from Donut. Poor man hasn't played the champion in years. Still suffering for it. Silas banned away. Now first rotation guarantee. Nico also getting hovered for TPP. So what is your game plan if you're Rev here, Storm?
Uh, First picking something incredibly strong. I think the Lucian first pick was kind of a bait last game. If you're not picking it with something that can pressure lane, it's just not as good as some of the other scaling ADs in the game right now. I think something like the Misfortune first pick should be what they're prioritizing, especially on blue side. If they can play it and play it well, they can force the ban in the next game. I think it's pretty obvious they're not going to be able to ban out Neffels champ pool at this point, and then they're not even getting the leads mid they need. So they really need to either focus on getting their jungle or their bot lane ahead pretty substantially for them to have a chance to overcome some of the stuff Neffel doing in the side lane. I mean, he's really smurfing.
It's true. The first game one performance makes him not my player of the game, but I think a close second. As the bans are fully committed here, Rev insta lock Gnar for Fichi. As the bans for TPP are Vex, Nico, Ivern, TPP will insta lock the MF in response. So the best ADC on the best bot lane in the league.
I think that's a huge blunder. There's no way. There's no way that TPP is looking to pick up Gnar in first rotation. So why not just take the MF first and then pick Gnar in blue 2 or blue 3? Like, I don't know. That's really sketchy to me.
Malawi locked in as the counter. Ezreal as the Misfortune counter being hovered. I mean, it should be okay in the lane, able to play it very safe, and he does have more range than the MF, but doesn't have more range than that MFR, and that MFR late game hurts.
To me, the way that bot lane goes is the MF just perma pushes in, and Ezreal will have zero agency. So the best
Are
way
we
for
gonna
them
see
to
it? Is it the cat in ELU? Oh, Storm. Come on, tell me it's true. Tell me we're gonna see the cat. Tell me.
I don't even have the draft link. I'm just basing my words off of what you're saying. I hope the Yumi gets locked in. I think that's a
And they
pretty
lock in
safe
the
lane.
Nami instead. My bad. I will.
Ezreal Nami versus MF just does. They just
My
go rel
bad,
here.
Coaster Co-caster. I did not mean to do that to you. Volibear,
It's
the
okay.
instant lock-in as well.
That's Volibear jungle.
So it's Volibear jungle, Alawi top. So Brick wants to have his turn at the big man bear.
This is They should be looking to ban the rel here. I think if they don't ban rel here, they're just that bot lane is unplayable.
Right.
Misfortune rel is such a dominant lane, and it's so hard for Nami to deal with.
So interesting leniency here. Didn't want to pick the Nami last game. They may be listening to you, Storm. Maybe a little bit of a bit too much with the Rel hover ban on there as well. They're gonna pinch the support pool, so Nautilus and Rel instantly banned away. But the MF Leona, the Worlds duo pick, Leona unbeatable at Worlds, by the way, is gonna be locked in for TPP.
And that's such a tough plane to play against. I mean, if Leona takes Hex Splash, she can play so aggressively after level 2. I mean, they're gonna look for a level 2 all in and then permanently sit in bushes.
Okay, Stormblade's champion Syndra is locked in with the LeBlanc banned away, and so is the Lilia. So what is the last pick for Rev to put together this jambalaya of a team comp? And it's the Talon Hover.
To be honest, if I was TPP here, I would let Wyke play the Katarina. I think that there's basically no CC on the side of Rev, and Katarina can just run rampant in a team comp like that. Electing for the Echo is another great option. I mean, Syndra can literally do nothing in that lane versus Echo. He wins at every stage of it, except for maybe levels. I, I honestly think Echo wins after level 2. There's the
Oh, and there's
Katarina.
the
I'm
Katarina.
so happy to see that.
So,
This comp is so good for Katarina.
so let me go ahead and add a nice little one there, so that way the people now joining can see exactly what's been happening. And it's gonna be ready, all coming out. Look at funds. Wear protection.
That's a little bit toxic.
Okay. I mean,
This will be the first Katarina game we've seen from Wyke, right?
yeah, I believe so. I think this is the first Katarina game.
Do you remember him playing it last season at all?
No.
I don't either. And then, funny enough, this is his main champ. He's a Katarina, like, basically one trick. He's got an insanely high win rate on this champ, and he's picking it into a comp where they have the only way they can really cancel it is Gnar W, Gnar ult, or Nami bubble, or Nami ult. Like, and those are all so telegraphed. I mean, Syndra, you can cancel it, but for someone as proficient as him on the champ, there's just no way to stop him. I feel like after he gets 2 items, he's just gonna be out of control. And it'll be a nice redemption arc for him after game 1.
True. The redemption arc is what we're worried about in this league. How the people redeem themselves. So, Neffel on the Alawi versus the Gnar. It's really bad for Mini Gnar, but it's decent for Mega.
Really, I feel like it'd be the opposite.
Well, because if Mini is hit by the Spirit Tentacle, then
He
that's
just
about.
hops away, right?
He does hop away, but he does lose about 20 to 30% HP each time.
Yeah, I feel like the matchup is just terrible for both. It's gonna be. I mean, I feel bad for Rev. They're once again in a situation where they have essentially 3 losing lanes and a jungle that doesn't have a lane to play through. I think it's a big mistake for them to not take red side in game 2.
Well, as the song plays Awaken, maybe Rev will awaken something in them, pull it out of their bag of tricks. And we'll go ahead
Pull the
and
rabbit out of the hat.
pull the rabbit out of the hat and make sure that we can have a very, very interesting game 3, if possible, on our hands. But, I mean, looking at pure team comp wise, it is going to be a tough one.
I mean, the one saving grace for Rev is I feel like if Ezreal can get to 3 items, the Divine Sunder, the Chiraldas, and the Manamune, whichever one, he has a chance to kite out against most of the champs on TPP side. I mean, it's very hard for Alawi to get in range of Ezreal. Volibear is very one-directional. I mean, Nami ult will just peel him really easily. Leona ult is the only thing he really has to E. And if he can get all the way to that, he has a chance to put some damage out on the backside of the fight. I just think the Syndra is going to get caught up in essentially 3 tanks running into her, and there's no way she can peel herself off that. So they've really got to get ahead in one of these side lanes, either from the Gnar or the Ezreal, to give the Syndra a chance to scale. You know.
I agree. If you have that strong side lane pressure, mid lane becomes a whole lot easier.
Very true.
But we are going to wait our 3-minute delay here. So, as we are waiting our time in jail, I mean, just looking at these team comps already, does Talon win that early skirmish for Crab against the Volibear? I don't think so.
If Talon takes Ignite, he can beat just about anybody at the level 3 Crab. The issue that I'm struggling with is Katarina is way more useful at a level 3 Scuttle Crab fight than Syndra is. I think Syndra will have the push, but then also that opens up opportunities for the Volibear to gank, and I think Volibear has a much easier easier time forcing a gank than Talon does. I mean, Talon is really really ult reliant. So he's going to be power farming, trying to take those scuttle crabs to get 6, and then he's going to start looking for plays. So I think the jungle matchup is pretty sided towards TPP for the majority of the early game. And
Yeah, I
obviously TPP is going to have bot lane prow with a
I agree
misfortune
with
Leona.
Sound Wav 2017 in the chat. I mean, Talon in this team comp where you're facing up against, it seems like it would be hard to pull this off. But if
To
this
be
would be
fair
the
though,
game to do it, it would be this one.
Talon does build Gore Drinker and Yomu's every single game. I mean, even in pro play, and he still has an absurd amount of damage. So I think it's fine for the build he wants to go. I just think it's worse that the fact that he doesn't have a lane to play through. I mean, what lane is he supposed to help or he's never going to be able to get a drag. I I just don't see Talon really loves a winning lane, and I just don't see one. If they pick the Yumi, maybe they have a chance for some Talon scaling, but it just looks like they've drafted themselves into a really specific corner, and if they don't play better than TPP, they're not going to be able to pull it off.
This is going to be a really hard climb for Rev. I think is the nicest way I can put it. But it is not impossible. Nothing is impossible. Especially North America
That is
going
true.
2-4 and yanking it out of the group stage, and 100 Thieves going 3-3 and getting eliminated. Let's go
Whoa,
Cloud9.
whoa! Spoilers.
I mean, if you haven't heard it by now, I'm very sorry. Let's go North America.
True, true.
Tonight's game is going to be really interesting. Watch Fnatic go 0-6.
Oh my god.
I'm
They're
kidding.
trying to beat TSM speedrun.
They are at this point.
I think they can do it. I'm a believer.
You're
I
a
mean,
believer.
oh my gosh, Katarina with Ignite teleport against a Syndra who has Electrocute. That is rough. I think Syndra really needed to go phase rush against this comp. Katarina can dodge Syndra E so easily. Uh, I think it's really tough for Syndra in this lane.
It is going to be the
She has to
Comet
auto
bot as
really well
well.
early.
And it's going to be Comet Nami. Huh.
I've seen variations of Electrocute on Nami for like the easy trading, but I feel like for Nami to actually land Comet, she has to hit
Q.
Ult or Q, right? I think you can walk out of it if the only the W or the E hits. So I'm kind of
So no Electrocute or no
skeptical.
Airy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. And Leona with the super tanky rune, with the super tanky W, because that gives you 25 armor and 25 MR level 1 for free.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how this bot matchup goes because I feel like it's going to be even harder for Rev to play this bot matchup than last game. I think the Morgana offered a lot of safety, and the Nami, if it's going to get abused by this Leona, it's such free trading.
Oh, the B emotes are coming out. You're gonna see the posturing here of a 4 to 5 man mid as a 5 point comes out for the side of Revolution. They are just spamming the ghoul emotes. Looks like it won't be a full commit, but the bot lane will be together. Ward right there on the river. I think that was a bit early.
A little bit. I think what Brick was attempting to do was to put the ward and look for a sweeper. Um, but
Yeah, he just
that
did.
ward is going to expire before.
Full clears.
Yeah. So I'm not really sure what the plan was. Well, I know what the plan was. It just wasn't executed properly. And I really like this start from Brick. I think starting red here, or maybe even Raptors, would just be and pathing down towards this bot side, which I think is going to be incredibly volatile, is really smart pathing from him.
Animated, Rammus, okay, coming up. And the tier starts, actually, for Ezreal and Syndra.
I think this is an incredibly greedy start from Syndra. I think in terms of absolute safety, Dorn's Ring is the best one to start, and then Corrupting Pot is if you want to be aggressive. But the tier start just means that Katarina can actually win trades early against the Syndra if she just ease out one of her abilities and auto attacks her down. I think that's a really big mistake already from REV's mid laner.
Well, we will see as the nice trade is happening mid. The tier does get stacked because we can always check it right there in the bottom. So Syndra will hit that Q as well. 9 stacks as well. Fiji with the boomerang. Nice poke onto the bot lane there. Even though they are already shoved in, they did miss a melee creep with the leash there. But the purple Slazzy Ezreal suit will attempt to hit all of these last hit. I believe Nami didn't take that one either, so they do get the Scuttle Vision. Guaranteed for Brick. They get the E hit right there. Electrocute procced for the Syndra.
And this bot lane is looking pretty tough. I mean, the E poke from ISO Square is just forcing them out without having to take any aggressive trades. And the fact that Katarina is will be ahead in CS after this wave is shoved, it's really bad for Syndra.
We got a huge fight top lane. Fiji may actually do quite a bit of damage, but Neffel will get the E there. Hot Dog actually jumps in on the thing right behind him. Alluro, the E will miss. The Ignite goes down. First blood.
I mean, this is exactly what I expected. I mean, the matchup's kind of unplayable if Syndra doesn't get a huge lead early, and especially with a tier start, she's so squishy. And the thing is, this Katarina will snowball out of control now, because like she can essentially all in the Syndra every time the Syndra walks back to lane. Syndra already burned TP to get
already
back,
now going to be hit, but Hot Dog Wembley takes a tower shot, deters much more aggression than that, as Brick will also show up. He will not get the double scuttle.
The thing is, the Katarina has teleport advantage now.
No, Donut does hit level 4, which means he does get that scuttle. They spot both of them top. Oh wait, he lost the scuttle and Donut walks into melee range right there. Syndra's here, and they fully pop that ghost, and Donut is heavily chunked out.
And ISO is just free to 2v1 the lane bot.
Ichi? Oh, he missed that boomerang. Oh, Nuffel's out of mana. The corrupting pots are popped. But this is the time for Fiji to go in. Get that Narb Rage bar up and go for the fight, maybe.
Looks like he's too scared. I mean,
Nice
understandably.
Oh, Dr. Tot was hit by the Aftershock. They will miss right there. The Leona just does too much damage. Flash will secure it. Guaranteed. Jin Zhao not dealing nearly enough damage yet. And that is a kill bot lane. All courtesy of the MFE slow into the scaling follow-up Leona Q.
Well, it looks like Leona did about 80% of Nami's health bar there, which is pretty absurd. This is a really good look from Katarina here. This is just to force the Ezreal off the wave.
PG is Mega. Will miss the W.
This is a good gank angle from Donut, but he missed the hop over the wall. That's
Oh, Hot Dog.
Is he it's fine for Katarina to trade like this. There's no counterplay for Syndra. She'll win every single trade.
Bot lane reset here. Serrated Dirk immediately for the misfortune, as Brick Machine will take his wolves. Vici, Neffel's kind of playing with fire here. Does have the ultimate now, but it's deceptive how much damage Alawi does. It's also deceptive how much that max XP damage does for Gnar. And if Gnar can constantly keep poking out Neffel, then maybe a kill happens once you hit Mega.
I'm really nervous about bot lane right now. I mean, the fact that Ezreal is just now getting first reset after 6 minutes and this wave is frozen, I think the second they come back into lane, Leona with the Mopi boots just runs up to them.
Oh, we're not going to see the Sheen actually for the Ezreal. We're going to see the Phage first. He undoed the Sheen purchase and got the Phage instead.
I can understand that. The idea behind Ezreal just not wanting to get killed again in this lane, or get killed at all in this lane. I think Phage is an okay choice if you're not looking to trade, because it does give a little bit of like regen on if you hit a Q. But it just screams that like they know they're not going to get an advantage in this lane, and I'm struggling to find at this point in the game where is that advantage going to come from? What is their win con in this game?
Executioners and Sheen coming out for the Gnar, even though he is 20 CS down. He does get the $1,500 purchase. While the Alawi only gets the $1,400 purchase. Are they even in gold? No.
I honestly think that once they push this wave in, they can look for a Katarine teleport on the wave if they don't back up. This is like incredibly dangerous.
For bot, they do see Brick.
Look at the wave that their bot lane is losing off of this.
That is huge. The cannon, maybe they're getting XP range? I mean,
they're not getting any CS. That's a 20 CS lead.
It's probably going to be more by the end of this. Cause...
I mean, it looks like they're going to try to dive this.
Oh, here we go. That's a nice MFQ right there. Instant teleport. Tower is shut down right now. The MF Vault. Bang, bang, bang. Pull my double trigger. Hot Dog actually dies there, and Donut is able to kill ISO as well. The Gnar stun is not enough. Brick may also fall down as well. Is he going to get it? Yes, he will. The E called down the storm. But if you're Revolution, it's a 3 for 4 on a botched, I wouldn't say botched tower dive, on an interesting tower dive.
I mean, that was a 4v5, basically, right? Fichi burned his teleport to come down while Neffel is just stacking these plates. I mean, look at the gold lead top right now. Like, it's already 600 off of... And that's with Gnar having a kill. So...
Neffel was already up 500 gold before the Gnar teleport. But... I think much happens there.
Oh my gosh, the damage in ISO square right now.
And that is the power of lethality MF. With those Qs and that ultimate. They see Leona there. Fichi will stop Neffel's back. Neffel not realizing
he's definitely not happy about that. I think he did realize because he popped the pot, but he's
he kind of stood there for a second, then probably looked at himself, and then popped the pot. Fichi is mega, but he has to.
If Fichi ever dives in, I mean Neffel just presses R, right?
He does now. It's too late.
He can 2v1 this, by the way.
Oh.
If they look to go in on him.
Here we go. There we go. We're gonna get another stun out. The break.
He didn't respect the Gnarl at all. If he just flashed the Gnarl...
Oh, Fichi is gonna die to the Katarina Death Lotus. But that initial W miss from Talon could have been costly. Thankfully, he does walk up, gets the Q crit to guarantee as well. Donut will hold the wave top.
They can look to dive this. They have 6. They have ults on both. If he just hits a really nice Leona ult here, it's free double kill.
Ooh. That was
Look at the damage.
Through the heal as well. I don't think... It was definitely not respecting top lane there, as the Gnar ult did actually do about 250 damage. Not much, but when you're a no health item Alawi, that's kind of a lot.
Well, Alawi's ult is unstoppable, right?
Yes, it is, but this is going to be a nice engage here. Dr. Alawi flashes for Hot Dog. It's not going to be enough, and the Syndra ult will not secure it. It will be the boomerang from Fichi getting the kill on Brick here, and now they can look for Dragon Control on this Air Dragon.
Thing is, I don't know if they can actually play for this drag. Neffel has TP, and the bot lane has double ults.
Jin Zhao already wasted that E. Able to flash it, won't hit it directly. Scaling does miss the E itself.
I mean, look at the
Neffel
damage.
flashing on for the Syndra. Blue team will secure it. And Neffel by himself right now, that's another Gnar ult, stunned again, and Vici will take that Neffel kill, but the MF ult is good disengage right there. The Nami bubble will miss, Vici does hit that, the Ezreal E is out, and they get Dragon and a 1-for-1 for Revolution. You would take that at this stage of the game.
I mean, I don't know what Neffel's doing this game. He hasn't pressed R either of the times he needs to. That ult makes you unstoppable, and he's not using it to immune CC. He's just letting himself get bursted before he presses R. I
don't think he's immune to CC. I don't think he's unstoppable.
It makes him unstoppable, no?
I don't know for sure. We'll get somebody to fact check that for us.
I can fact check it right now.
Okay. Sorry, Mr. Two Monitors. I didn't mean to disrespect you like that. Us and the one monitor gang over here.
Alawi gains displacement immunity and leaps into the air.
Okay, displacement immunity, but she could still be stunned.
It's immunity to knockdowns, suspensions, sleep stasis.
Oh, Jin Zhao! It walks up into the bush where the Leona is, and the ignite is
it's not enough.
Not enough. Barely. What is
barely.
that surviving
I mean, what is the
HP? 1! He was at 1 HP!
That's unbelievable.
And they will not accept
pretty
that.
Upset about that too.
Scaling
I
will
think
not.
Scaling's looking for the flash ult right now.
Now this Gnar with red buff, you gotta be worried of this. He also has the Executioners. He's doing a lot of damage to Neffel here. They may also find Brick as well. And the Brick will not call the Storm in time. And it will be a kill trade top. But Neffel with the ultimate slams the astronaut back to space.
I'm not surprised. I mean, I knew once Neffel figured out where his R button was, he would be pretty hard to kill. And
come on.
He found it. He found it 13 minutes into the game, and he gets an instant kill off of it. I'm really nervous for Dr. Allura right now in this lane. He can legitimately get 100 to 0 if he ever misses his E.
It's true. But he also doesn't have that ultimate. He used it to confirm the kill on the volley bear. Scalene is here. They do have vision of him, though. I don't think much else will come from this. Scalene will drop the Sunlight Beam of Destiny. Will miss it. Neffel, again, full tower plates top. And will get that secure. But he is a bit too low.
He's down 2 kills with a 1,700 gold lead.
Wow, that's a lot. Almost 1,800.
Yeah,
Considering
it's...
Vici now getting hit by that. But Neffel will not... Vici will respect
almost
it.
as big as the bot lane lead.
I've never actually seen Pool Party Syndra recall. Nobody ever plays Pool Party Syndra.
Nobody ever plays Syndra.
Thank God. That champion's being played, then, you know, something's wrong in the meta. Ezreal ult will scout out the Rift Herald just to make sure they're not doing it. And that is not coming through. Now Divine is finished for the both 2 Divine users. Score Drinker already completed for the Talon. Scalene will hit it on Jin Zhao. Huge damage coming through. Scatter the Weak, not enough there as it will miss. Neffel reveals himself.
Neffel's just walking around like he owns the map. I respect the confidence.
I do too. Scalene taking a little bit of poke damage, not much, but...
I mean, the fact that they have to send 5 people to defend, while Katarina can just push in the side lane for free, getting further and further ahead of the Syndra is really, really devastating for Rev.
And it is the Luden's...
I mean, it's already a 6,000 gold lead.
Luden's first stun. Gnar jumps in. Nashor's already completed for that Katarina. The E damage from that MF is huge. Katarina is respecting the choice that they
This is like a dive angle for TPP.
It is.
I mean, they can turn off the tower with Brick.
They are sending
once this
to
next
bot.
wave comes in. Katarina can 2v1 this if she focuses the Syndra.
Okay, looks like
There's
it's actually
3 bot.
3 bot. Go ahead here, focus on the Talon, and they will walk away. Actually, nothing happens.
Commit for it, and now they just give up mid tower for free.
No, Neffel has moved back to the top side. We'll be able to block that. Scalene's quest has just been finished fully, I believe.
What is Dr. Tot's quest at?
Dr. Tot is at 449.
Okay. Basically the same then.
No, scaling is done with tier 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
He's about
my mistake.
650. He's 650 ahead, or
Okay, my
550
mistake.
ahead on that support item
It
quest
doesn't
alone.
happen very often in the support versus or in the melee versus ranged matchup. And they're
So,
just gonna give up
it,
top tower for trying to get this
Infernal, it's not even
this
Soul or Third Drake. There's no threat here. You could potentially give up the
TPP
Infernal. Brick
continuously gets away with
is
this.
coming up. Donut is there. The smite fight will happen. It'll be Fichi that goes in. Instantly focused Brick. They will kill one. But what do you do here? Now as the damage is gone, the Katarina
Everyone.
daggers
Is this a
spinning. It is a master blade work quadra kill for White Wazowski.
I mean, they've done this the last 2 games. TPP gets such a huge lead in the early game that they send one of their solo lanes off to just perma split push, and then the other side of the map just wins 4v5.
And with that fight alone, it is a almost 10,000 gold lead at
At
17
17
minutes. TPP is making 2.5k gold a minute at this rate.
That's absolutely absurd. That's really stressful for Rev. I mean, you gotta feel like at this point in the game, it it's it's so hard to come back from.
At this point, I don't see a way out of this. The light is slowly dying at the end of the tunnel, if you're Rev here. And really, it's been through top execution as well. The Nard's having 57 CS and we're 18 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and Rev is I hope they can keep their mental together. They have a really tough schedule early in this season. I mean, they played against what, GCC first week, a suspected top 4 team. They play against TPP this week. They play against Rev next week, or they play against LLW next week. We're playing Rev, and then they play against GCA week 4. They're playing against the suspected top 4 teams in the league in the first 4 weeks. That's got to be stressful.
That is. But it's going to be interesting to see how the bottom of the standings will help out, because we do believe the 6th place is still wide open in this league. Potentially to something. Donut will walk straight into the Scalene trapped bush. Hot Dog Bun Blade, the single Katarina Q.
I mean, he can do whatever
It's
he wants
just
at this point.
one
He's too
shots. And the stun will
too
go
ahead.
through. Alluro is dead. And this is manslaughter.
They can look to end the game right now.
Hot Dog Bun Blade
I mean,
gets
look at the
exhausted.
damage from Katarina.
Jin, Ezreal uses
it's too
that for the
much.
first time this game, and it's going to be the Locket secure as well. He will not die. 13-1-3 for the Katarina. And will we see the Herald dance? No.
No, we won't.
We
I
will
mean, this
not
is exactly
see
what
the
we called
Herald
out in Champ
dance.
Select. They have no way to deal with Katarina. It's a perfect R5 into that comp, and he plays it. He's very proficient on it. I mean, what do you do when you have a team comp? Like, that'd be essentially like picking Master Yi there, right? You have absolutely no way to stop the Katarina. It's a great R5, and I mean, the damage charts show exactly what we saw, right? Just bot lane and mid lane domination. Wow.
Brick was not needed this game, which was really, really evident with this one.
I mean,
Brick just had to show up, smile, and look pretty, and that is exactly what he
did.
did.
Disable like 5 or 6 towers over the course of the game.
He was
which
useful.
Helped snowball the other lanes, but
It was
the
very-
fact that he did less damage than the Nami is, as people in the chat would say, sus. Dirty cat player.
I
Agreed.
can't believe you just said sus.
Sorry, next time I'll just do
Soko
this.
is getting to you. Soko is getting to you. Okay, so I mean, if you're Rev and you play this game 3 out,
You've got to have a trick up your sleeve.
you have to. I mean, this is gonna be something.
Like, maybe
here.
switching to red side might be really smart here. I don't know what their fixation with blue side is, considering they're not even first picking something strong. I think it's a huge... In pro play, first pick is so valuable because everybody's fighting for that, like, one power pick, right? in most cases it being the misfortune. But if you're not going to look for an early power pick like that, red side with R3 and R5 are just so good for your solo lanes, especially when you're. I mean, Fiji played really well that game in a Neffel. Like he outroamed him, and of course he did end up down in gold and XP. It's just because the rest of the map fell apart, right? So I think try to give your solo lane some counter pick opportunities, right? If you're not going to look for a power pick in bot or jungle.
Okay, Neffel's hitting me with the no thank you, so I will hit him with the PBS viewers. Classic, if you remember that, growing up as a kid watching PBS, because that's all you had available. So, New York Mutants and TTK actually just finished their game one as well. It is a
Game one or game
complete
two?
game one, actually.
Game one. Okay. Wow.
Game one. I don't know if that was just done recently. They started at 9:30, I believe.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then.
So it is a 16 kill game for Peels with that Ezreal. They do completely dismantle New York Mutants. TKK
Huh.
with the really impressive victory. I'm going to go ahead and pull a detour here. I know it is only a match history. There's not much to base it off. As we wait for the actual pick bans, I will change it very quick just to show my appreciation for the other teams playing right now. And maybe if this game ends quickly, we can cast your game 3 if it does go to that. So let's go ahead and play this, and then we should do that into this. And what do you think here for TKK's victory? If you can see the stream, or if you would like me to send you the screenshot right here.
Um, to me, this is honestly based on the comps, pretty surprising. Uh, I think a power pick like MF on someone as competent as Hextech, it doesn't look like they had a very successful laning phase. Um, Peel's really popped off on the Ezreal, and Minisoko getting essentially stabilized by the Tom Kench and Nocturne combo is pretty disheartening.
Oh, look who decided Mr. Mac and Cheese, Mo7, actually made an appearance this game. That's really impressive. I just noticed that. Good for the guy. Welcome to the ELU. Sorry about your first game, you know, it happens, but bounce back, kid. You got this. Proud of you.
I think it's interesting that Toad picked Cho'Gath mid because I think the pick is actually pretty good after the Cho'Gath buffs, but I'm a little bit disappointed in his build. Generally, when you pick something like Cho'Gath mid, if you go full AP, the champ's Q will legitimately one-shot ADCs later in the game. And you're so tanky from stacking your ult up, especially once you get level 16. I think it's kind of I think it's kind of dangerous to build full MR against a team that has really only one MR source in the LeBlanc. And to be honest, the LeBlanc shouldn't be focusing the Cho'Gath. So I don't know. I feel like that's a lot of this game was draft, and I'd like to see. I'd like to see them put Minisoko on something more aggressive in lane. Put maybe Mr. I've never seen Mr. Machismo play before. But I'd love to see him play something that has like peel for the MF. I hope we get to cast their game 3. It'd be so much fun.
I win. And it is going to be blue side again for the side of Revolution as we get back to our series that we are casting. Hopefully we'll get to see a game 3 if all goes well.
They asked for blue side again?
Yes, sir. That is exactly.
That's really disappointing to me. I mean, if they take the MF pick, I'll be happy, but if they don't, they're giving up so much pressure.
Looks like, there we go. We get everyone moving now. We are waiting on Jin Zhao to be invited to the match.
Is there a pro draft yet?
No, we don't have a draft pool yet. I will send that to you once that becomes available. Taco joins the team. Speckling, thank you very much, Mr. Scaling. As always on time. We will go ahead and post that for you, my good sir.
Thank you, thank you.
No problem. We are going to go ahead and get into this very quickly, as I will now change the links. Abracadabra, Wazam, and boom, just like that. Now it's a draft flow link. Look at that. That's insane. So we are going to see Revolution actually play out Game 3, something that they didn't do before in their first series versus GCC. And another bathroom break has been called. Neffel, worried for the health, asking them if they need to see a doctor. Uh, you, I'm not going to say that out loud on stream. Thank God I'm not streaming the client.
Yes.
Uh,
Is this why all chat was turned off?
I
On
don't
this
know.
episode of Ask Riot?
On this episode of Ask Riot, is Neffel solely responsible for all chat being removed?
Some might theorize that yes, he is. I guess he's
He
incredibly
is.
toxic.
That's a medical term that is not really up to us to decide. You need to see a specialized doctor in that area. Also need to get that area checked for cancer once you are over the age of 40, just to make sure you don't have prostate cancer. But I have no idea what prostate has to do with the amount of times you have to Neffel with a very good point. You have two doctors on your team. Ask them for a video consult. And Fiji is a doctor as well. So 3 doctors on this team, and they don't go to their doctors for it. So sad. The what? Sound, please never. This is a no toxicity zone. I agree, Mikey. There's absolutely no toxicity at all. As you get the heel of the league on the cast, but we're not going to talk about that.
All right, so some changes. What changes would you like to see Rev make for this draft?
Draft winning lanes.
I think that's aside from them already screwing up what I think should have been their first change, which is taking red side instead. I think you're 100% correct. Try to get a winning lane for any lane, just one. It helps jungle so much. And I think Donut's been pathing really well. He's just been stopped at every single point because his laners are never there first. It's almost unplayable for Donut.
Very interesting thing said there by our top laner Ruckus. 3 doctors and Rev is still on life support. You hate to see it.
Hey, this is the toxic free zone, Ruckus. We do not support.
Can we get this guy?
Slander.
Can we get this guy out of here? Can we?
Yeah, somebody escort Ruckus out, please.
Can we get this guy out of the Chicago Stadium, please? All right, the draft R's have been called. It looks like we're getting ready for this. What do you pick here? After you leave the MF open, you power pick the Gnar. And while the Gnar was good, it just fell so behind. Okay.
Wait, has draft started?
No, draft has not started yet.
We are ready for... Oh, there, it just started, just as I was typing something.
This is much... I guess we don't have to say much about it. Alright, so, first ban for Rev. What do you ban here?
Misfortune.
I feel as if you're not going to play Misfortune, you would ban it along with the Urgot.
I think the Urgot ban is a little bit of a bait, to be honest. I think that if they're willing to play certain matchups top, that isn't the biggest problem they're having. I think, yeah, of course, Neffel is playing super well, but the fact that they're giving winning lanes bot and mid too is just... It's like if they're not going to fully ban out one lane, you're just going to give them their second best champ, and they're going to do almost the same as what they're doing on their best champ anyways. So it's like, I don't know. It's really
Silas
suspicious.
Is also banned away for... Rev also bans away the Silas, Nico, and Ivern the response bans from TPP. I don't think they've changed their bans for the first three at all yet. And it looks
Well, in
like
the
Rev.
first series, they didn't ban Silas first rotation.
No, I said
Um.
TPP.
Oh yeah, TPP hasn't. Yeah, TPP has not
And the
changed a thing, and I
Nautilus
don't think they need to.
banned away as well. Misfortune banned away by TPP.
Maybe they know something we don't, and they were looking for the first pick Misfortune finally.
Maybe they're listening into us, Storm. Quickly. How do we influence this
It's
game?
possible.
Pick Teemo. Well, they
I,
didn't
I
listen.
think drafting Gnar first pick again is.
Well,
I think
my
there's so many
powers
options.
my powers aren't strong enough yet. No Teemo pick has been picked up. Gnar, the insta lock again for Rev. Fichi did play well on it, just fell tremendously behind CS wise on it, and honestly, the response from TPP here is gonna be good. You're gonna expect it great.
Graves, is this going top? We've seen that all over Worlds. The top Graves. I wouldn't be
Is
surprised
this
if Neville decided
nerfed
to bring it
top
up.
Graves where he doesn't?
I wouldn't be surprised if they picked it.
Okay. Oh, look at
I
that,
mean,
Storm. You're
it's not
getting
really a brick
compliments.
machine. Why am I getting compliments?
Gwen. So it's Graves Jungle.
Oh, you're so sweet.
So it is Graves Jungle, actually. So Gwen top into the Gnar, which is a really good matchup for the Gwen. She's able to block most of the boomerangs with the W. But when Gnar engages on her, she has to W that perfectly, I think, in order for her to block most of that. Xin Zhao, the response as well. Okay. We got ourselves an interesting game here.
I really like the Xin Zhao adaptation. I think that has statistically been one of Donut's better picks. Especially if he can get an aggressive. Oh, they're taking the Leona. Never
Oh!
mind. I lied.
You're gonna pick the Rakani without the Zaya instead of the Leona? Yes! So Rev goes with the Rakan instead of the Leona. And the
What is going on here?
It's Graves mid?
No, I think it's Gwen. I think it's Gwen Jungle.
Graves mid, Jack's top?
I think it. Yeah, yeah.
So
I mean,
Zaya
I don't see Jax
insta-banned
playing
away.
mid.
Jack's insta-banned away. Leona now being banned by Rev instead of picking it. But they do ban away the Zaya, so you lose the most powerful bot lane in terms of just
I
pure
think
champions.
banning the Leona is really smart there, though, to be honest, because Rakan is hard countered by Leona, right?
I agree, yeah.
So
The
kinda
Rel
necessary.
ban as well. LeBlanc is also banned away. So it's a support pool pinch. I think Scaling goes the Thresh here, unless you pick something we haven't seen before.
Honestly, we haven't seen him play Thresh before. It's always been banned, right? I'd love to see it picked.
Jin!
This to me looks like they're trying something completely new.
Okay, so it is the Jin lockup. Here, I feel we're in for a fiesta.
This to me looks like it's going to be a very exciting game.
I think we're in for a bloodbath. I'm ready for you to raise your voice. Tristana as the response lock-in. And there's the Vex.
The lock-in.
Okay, and there's the
The
Thresh!
Thresh. We're seeing so many so many picks that haven't come out before. Both these comps are absolutely atrocious. I think that Rev has great synergy on their side, but TPP's is just a solo queue comp.
Oh? Are
What
we
is going
gonna
on?
get Hook City?
No
No!
way.
Zerat,
No
it's a
way.
poke bot lane!
I guess Scaling didn't feel comfortable pulling out the Vel'Koz, especially with me casting the game, but I think it's very interesting to see. Very interesting to see the Xerath. This game just got so much more exciting. Gwen, Jax, Graves topside. Wow. That is not a combination I thought I would see today. Though I am really
I'm
happy
speechless. I'm sorry.
about the Vex Xin Zhao combo. I think Vex sets up really nicely for Xin Zhao. It's an incredibly strong 2v2. Tristan or Khan is a super aggressive lane, and if they can get on top of Jin or Xerath, they actually have a lot of solo like 2v2 pressure. So I
So
do
it's
think
Gwen
this is
top,
Rev's best draft so far.
Jack's jungle. It is Graves mid.
Really, I just didn't expect the Jax to be jungle. I thought it was going to be Gwen, but I know it was going to be Graves mid. I think Vex is actually a pretty good answer, as long as Vex takes the right runes. I don't want to see another electrocute. Or actually, no, I don't want to see another electrocute. I think the best way for Vex to play this game out is to actually go phase rush. I know that sounds kind of troll, but disengaging that initial combination from Graves and or Jax and able to reposition for your ult is huge. That or Comet. I just think Electrocute is not good into Graves.
Alright, well, everything is getting locked in here. Uh, this is going to be interesting. If Graves gets ahead, this game is over.
I think if anybody on either side gets ahead, they could potentially carry this game. That's what I love about both these drafts is there's so much snowball potential
Fuck
on
it,
either
we're
side.
throwing the bananas to the wall. Whatever sticks, sticks. Let's go in there. Let's have a bloody fight, and let's get some entertainment. I feel as if I am a Roman member of the Colosseum looking onto the blood sport. That's kind of what this game feels like, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's for sure. I don't think we've seen any of these champs. Have we seen any of these champs played this season?
Nar, yes. Gwen,
Uh, uh,
yes.
we
Jin?
haven't seen Jax, Jin, Xerath, or Graves, right?
No, I don't believe so. Or Vex, or Rakan.
Yeah, it's just this is just a really unique.
Graves, yes. We've seen Graves, as proven by Young Trendsetter. Let me go ahead
Yes,
and
there were 2 games on Graves actually.
let me go ahead and check champion stats since this is.
Yeah, I'm looking at. Oh, there was a Jax pick. Top, not jungle.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
This is the first Vex game, and the first Jin game, and the first Xerath game. So there's a lot of unique picks coming through. What a treat!
We are in for a banger of a series. I do believe so.
You need someone to bet against you for this to work.
I
I don't think
anyone-
anyone is betting against you guys.
I don't think anyone bet against Violet played Jack's game too. Thank you for reminding me, Ruckus. I should remember that, but I don't. Sorry about that. Your ADC has the memory of a goldfish sometimes. Comes with the old age of being 20. All right, as we get ready into game 2, as we're put in the timeout jail. This is I. I know you did not just okay boomer me.
Yes.
Ruckus, you sound 10 years older than me. I know
Who
you
is
did
the
not
oldest
just,
person on our team?
I have no idea.
Take a guess.
Probably you.
Wait, why me? Do I sound like the oldest?
You sound 23?
I'm 23. Yes.
Okay. Ruckus sounds 24, 25.
I'm pretty sure Ruckus has like a full family or something. He's
What?
I'm pretty sure Ruckus is like 27 with like 2 kids.
Yeah, Ruckus is
He
65.
just talks like he's the dad of the team, honestly. The way he speaks, the way he keeps us under control,
Oh god.
telling all of his kids what to do.
Yeah, he has 2 kids in real life and 4 kids in League of Legends.
True.
Gotta keep
Gotta keep
kids in line. Okay, moving on from this.
I would guess that Thigh High is probably youngest. I'd guess you're smack dab in the middle.
I am, yeah, probably.
So you're actually the middle child, not me.
Yikes.
Confirmed.
Mom still called you the middle child, so
That's true. That's
I don't
because
want
she
to
just
hear
doesn't remember who I am.
it.
The villains of history rarely get remembered.
Just gotta be a better villain.
I just gotta gotta
Just
be the best heel I can be.
it's a villain diff.
Gotta start flaming more and
No,
gotta
no,
start
no.
making more memes and trash talk.
Oh no, come on.
Uh,
Alright.
it's,
We're getting ready to launch into game here. We're gonna show everything out. Young Treadsetta says flame me. Will not flame you, Young Treadsetta. We think you're the second
I'm the
biggest
heel.
heel.
I'm gonna flame him.
Okay, well,
It's the heel battle.
it's the heel battle. Break out the MS Paint. Here we go, baby. We're gonna draw whatever happened that other time. Oh, it is Electrocute Vex, Conqueror Jax, Fleet Footwork top, Double Conqueror in the top and jungle right there for TPP. Electrocute mid with the Teleport. Jin Zhao with the Hail of Blades. Guardian on the Recon that just got nerfed. Zareth, of course, with the Comet. And Dark Cosmic Jin with the
With the Dark
Harvest.
I love the synergy of their bot lane skins. That's absolutely gorgeous. I think Graves taking Electrocute over Fleet is a little bit suspicious. I think that Fleet allows you to have just as much lane pressure because you can trade more aggressively more frequently. But I think that's a very minor thing. I think that Dr. Alluro took some really aggressive runes, and I hope he can back it up because if you fall behind with Precision as your secondary in laning phase, it's really hard for you to sustain through damage. It's really hard for you to trade back. Do like the skin a lot. It kind of reminds me of Xayah, to be honest. Like if Xayah was very squatty, very short, and also emo. And it's an adorable Gnar skin.
Yeah.
Was Fichi the only one this game to not have a skin?
Peachy has the astronaut.
Who am I thinking then?
Space.
Oh,
It's
Gwen
Space.
doesn't have a skin. Gwen doesn't
Space
have a skin
Zhao and it's Space Gwen.
Yes.
Scaling already practicing his Q skill shots, hitting his own teammate.
Okay. So he's probably first timing Zareth.
I don't think it's the first time. I think.
Yeah, he's definitely played the champ before, but definitely not in the OU.
Let's go ahead and get this zoom out real quick. Oh, we may get some action actually. Hey, we'll spot him.
White Wazowski getting ganked 1v5. This is a standard play that mid laners often have to deal with. Is just everybody showing up in their lane.
Alright. Nice little trade there onto Dr. Tot. We'll waste the grand entrance. So we take off the thing there. Scalene. Breakdancing midair. He's insane. The OK animated, which is one of the better emotes that Riot's ever made. As much as the base boosted dab one. If you remember that atrocity.
I think my favorite emote in the game currently is the Be Mad emote. I don't know what about it is so appealing, but I really wish I had it. It's the one thing I've wanted that Riot hasn't given me.
And you can no longer buy it too, which is really sad.
Yeah.
Their God Shield's going to come in. I think that's only about an 80 shield, but level 1 it does make the difference. They are going to get onto Scaling instantly.
What a great trade.
That's going to be the Flash Heal, and not Ignite First Blood!
It's enough! They disrespect the level 1 from Rev, and they pay the price.
Oh my god! We didn't even get time to start CSing, and we already have a kill in the game! It is a bloodbath, Storm!
That's got to be the fastest first blood in ELU, right?
I think so. 142 was the kill?
I don't think we've seen any invade kills or anything, so like that's gotta get an award this week or something. Fastest
first blood to Rev. Let's go. The Ignite, the E max damage, I think does 207, 208.
That's pretty insane
For Jin Zhao. So the E max fully proc there made sure that it would help it. Oh, the bone plating will eat the rest of that. Fiji is going to jump in here onto Neffel. Neffel doesn't have the Q yet.
Oh, he missed his Q.
Ooh, he does miss that Q. Neffel does have Brock Conqueror. Will not pursue, even though the 1,000 cuts is probably back up. And Fiji full recalling.
Fiji would have won that trade if he positioned for his Q a little bit better.
He hits the Q. He gets the W stun. Maybe that's enough.
Yeah.
Okay, Neffel. Instantly going to engage on him again. We'll have
Gwen
the
is
W.
immune.
Gwen is immune. 200 years. Yep.
Okay.
I agree.
But I'm curious about what runes Neffel took this game. Let's see.
This is the Conqueror.
Second win, unflinching. Interesting. I love the presence of mind
Like it
in
really
Yellow
helps him
Tree.
out.
Really think that's useful.
Looks like they're going to
Despite
push
the
up right
first-
here. Xin Zhao's going to immediately
Oh
flash.
my
Dr.
gosh.
Tout. ISO has to waste this flash. But now they get a guaranteed
Galen's
kill on the
just
Xin
dead.
Zhao. He will get the W slow off there. There's a Graves teleport coming in to try and save his mid laner's life. There's Jax here as well. Donut going to go in as well. Is it going to be enough? No! It's going to be the heal. Dr. Todd knock up. It's not enough.
Oh my
This
God.
is a bloodbath. That's not going to happen as well. The only casualty is Brick Machine who wasted the flash. Jin Zhao going in as well. Neffel going in
Neffel
top.
dies here.
He has
Neffel
no
dies here.
mana. You have no mana. Scalene walking
dead
up,
too.
not gonna respect it at all, and he's dead to Dr. Alaro, and it's a 3-0 start for Rev.
Rev is really coming alive this game.
And
Did
Neffel
you always
lives.
do or die?
I did not realize that Neffel lived. After taking that fight, he does have to waste the flash, and Vici flashes as well, and he lives with probably 2 HP. Oh my god, my voice. Ah!
Get a water break.
Okay, we're back in this game.
Dr. Aluro. 0
Wow.
on the Vex. A team fighting mage that can really affect this game. I think that Donut really griefed on the initial play. Dr. Top flashed us for the easy knockup. And instead of just focusing the target that they know has no flash, he tried to grief for ISO square. And that could have turned around really poorly if TPP had played it slightly better. But I'm still glad to see Rev making very proactive plays. This is how I wish they had drafted in games 1 and 2.
Wow. I have nothing else to say. Just wow. This has been a bloodbath. And how bad the fight looked. We're gonna roll this back. Actually, no, we're gonna roll this back. I'm sorry.
It was tight.
We're gonna rewatch this. Okay. So the play immediately breaks down here. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. Knock down the scoreboard real
This is
quick.
a fantastic angle from Donut PvP, but watch the flash from Archon.
Flash right there onto Scalene. ISO is able
Beautiful.
to get out. But now that's the instant teleport response. It looks like they're not going to get much off of it either. Graves goes in with no mana on the teleport. He wasn't able to reset it off. Donut going in almost suicidal. Dr. Allura with the TP response. And Brick is the only one that dies first. And we will be able to see that as well. Xerath will eventually fall because he does not respect it. And we will go back to the game, I believe, because we have something else interesting happening.
Yeah, skip forward. It looks like
Luro getting ganked mid. Will flash. So that's no flash for that Vex.
it looks like they just really disrespect the Vex damage.
Oh, well.
Watch what White does here.
Okay, looks like White
He
is going to
sticks
get
around.
engaged on 3v1. Not enough. Dr. Allura with the kill secure. We're going to go ahead and jump ahead a little so we can catch back to live game time. VG on the fight top lane. It looks like the Gnar is going to be barely enough damage. 1,000 cuts heal is huge. And VG falls for the first death of this game. And now we got to keep going as well. As Dragon was started by Donut PvP, that replay really cost us a lot of time. I'm sorry. They will secure the Dragon. Graves walks up alone here. Rakan will miss it. The Ignite, the auto is enough. Justana misses the W jump. And Graves gets out of jail for free. And I now think we can go back to the regular game.
In my own words, that was illegal.
Now, in
What the Graves
Stormblade
just did right
just
there.
words, that was illegal.
That was
ELU
illegal.
replay.
There's no reason that Graves should ever have gotten away with that play. That was the most disrespectful play I've ever seen, and that could have ended up costing another kill.
That could have been a 0-2 Graves, and Dr. Allura will miss the ultimate, but Donut is right here. Is he able to get a jump up onto Hot Dog? It's a shutdown! It's gonna be 2!
Oh my gosh.
Oh no!
They literally gave him, they handed him a way back into this game.
Oh no!
They handed it to him.
And that's 900 gold onto this Graves, who now has a gold lead.
He's got to have a gold lead now. He got shut down, so he's got to be up gold. Yeah, he's up 300 gold. Off of essentially nothing.
That was the Starbucks fail tower dive. Thank you, Minisoko. Okay, Neffel is going to engage on Donut here. Donut is still fighting the Neffel, even though he has the 1,000 cuts, the passive, the scissor, chop, chop! You're going back to base, but it looks like it will cost him his life.
Dr. Allura picking up another kill. I mean, if he's going to have all of this gold, he's definitely going to need to make some pretty impressive plays this game, considering the fact that, like, Wyke is now incredibly fed. And a fed Graves can just, against a team that's this squishy, he can just one-shot a backline, especially if he goes lethality.
He is going man immune with the lethality, it seems. It looks like Scalene is just hard poking this Rakan. There's not much this Rakan can do unless he can hard engage. He does have the flash up, but now this poke lane is starting to really take effect here. And they will focus down the Rift Herald. They will get the guarantee of it. That's direct to camera.
This is the trap. This is the trap of poke bot lanes. If you don't have the confidence to hard engage on them, even if you have a slight health deficit, they'll just continually get pressure in the lane.
They're looking for it. They're looking for the Graves. They see him doing the red buff, and he is going to be going in the huge damage. It's not enough. Here is the curtain call. Scalene Flash Laser is going to execute that Tristana, and now I want to go back mid, but it doesn't want to go back anymore. Now Hot Dog Bunblade also going to be securing the Raptor camp as well. And a 4-0 start for Rev has turned brutal, as now Vex is going to get locked up. No end of the line to secure the kill. But holy shit.
Hey,
we got a game. My bad. Hide your ears,
I'm
kids.
I'm just kidding. I think it's very disappointing to see. I mean, Wyke is just disrespecting Rev. He's walking into their jungle 1v3 and getting away with it because.
Oh, Brick Machine is gonna go ahead and ult in the shield. Is it enough? He can't get the auto. That's gonna be an instant TP by Fiji.
Oh my gosh,
it's gonna be the auto. He hits the ward. It's not gonna be enough.
Twice.
He hit the ward twice, and he will fall for it.
God.
And he cues the other way, not going for the secure on the Jax. Oh.
Oh, it's so sad. This was their chance. What a great start from Rev.
Everything went perfect. Okay, here we go, Doctor. We'll go in. Vex is gonna ult in on the Graves. That's huge damage, Tristana.
That's a massive shutdown for Tristana.
We'll get the final auto, but Tristana is 40 CS down. The Vex ult will hit again on the Xerath. The Dawnbringer will not follow.
This is first tower though for Rev.
No, they want to go on the Scalene actually. They don't want to put the Tristana E on the tower, so they won't get it.
Wow. And this whole time, Jhin is just free hitting bot side. They have 3 towers bot, or 3 plates bot.
Oh, Neffel getting the TP self-secure by his mid laner, who already has the Eclipse. Looks like it's already going to be happening top lane. Scalene disrespecting the vision control. Dr. Tot will fall as well, but it's a double kill to Tristana. And Fiji survives the top encounter as well. Oh, man.
This essentially evens out the gold lead. Two drags and being down.
Oh, Hot Dog Bunblade? Is he in tower range? No, it's not enough. But can he get enough anyway? He's going to stand within the minions, and it's going to be the end of the line secure for the Mr. Graves.
Oh my gosh, the amount of stuff that Wyke is getting away with this game, he's just taking disrespectful plays and he's backing it up with mechanics. I mean, he's dodging things with the Gravesy. He's positioning well to get his damage off, but You hate to see it.
610 gold. Oh, Donut's actually going to go in there on the Gwen. Force him to pop the Shadow Field, or the good Shadow Realm, as I like to call
I mean,
it.
despite the fact that Tristana has 3 kills and 4 assists, she's only 700 gold up on the Jhin because of the CS.
And
CS
Vex
deficit.
was so ahead of mid lane and is now 1.5k down. It's
Even
tragedy.
top is super far behind.
Top has always been super far behind in this series. We've kind of come to expect it now at this game point. But now even Brick has a gold lead on Jin Zhao. On
I mean, honestly, it seems like Rev know how to like play out the pathing and the lanes to get these early kills, but then they don't know how to like continue the snowball. It seems like they got lost. The fact that the bot lane didn't just die on repeat after blowing both of their sums so early in the game is really disappointing.
Oh, Vex instantly gonna go in here. It's gonna be the stun. She misses the Q, and that's gonna be the Xerath ult to try and confirm. And the curtain call. Where can you go if you're Vex? Nowhere. You go straight back to the fountain.
I mean,
oh,
I don't mind the play, but
though the Q does miss.
Where's the damage? I can't even defend the play because he cast his abilities in the wrong direction.
Oh, and that's a force flash out there at the end of the line. Probably not enough damage, but still getting that flash out super
I think
early.
If the end of the line hits plus Graves ult, that kills, by the way, with how far ahead this Graves is.
Could be. Only 165 on the tier stacks right now, but that will come up a lot faster now that he has everything and now has the blue buff. This is a level 11 Graves at 14 minutes, while Jax is level 8. They're pinging the top. They know Neffle's here. They know he's being greedy with it. They are going to go ahead and secure it. Dr. Todd will not be able to lock up Neffle yet, but Neffle's going to take this fight. 1v5! And will...
Neffle's just dead. I don't know. They finally punish TPP's solo lanes for their super aggressive invades without support. I mean, this is the third time we've seen the solo lanes just walk into the enemy jungle with, like, no backer from the rest of their team. And they finally punished for it. I mean, that's what should have happened to the Graves the last 2 or 3 times he's done that.
Now the Ninja Tabby completed. Scalene ate a single boomerang and is at 1/5, lost a fifth of his HP with a item completed Gnar.
They are doing a good job punishing Scaling for picking a support that's like...
Oh, that Q hit
really
there.
Aggressive.
That would have been a ton more damage, I think.
I mean, Dr. Aruo, if he can pick up his next item...
Oh, Hot Dog Bundley was going to get engaged on, but you're a con. That was not a fight you wanted to take, and now you're dead. And Scalene has just now finished his thing. Gwen is still immune. Neffel does not... Well, we'll win this fight now that the backups arrived.
Huge Gnarl, but I don't know if it's enough.
It was a very good 4-man Gnar. Jin Zhao ulting, flashing, jumping away. It does not matter. The end of the line. Pixel. Perfect. Sends Tristana home.
I mean, at this point in the game, that early lead is turned into a deficit. It's really tough for
Oh. ISO, gonna go ahead and ult the Vex. Dr. Tot will take it. Oh, the last shot does hit, but it's not enough.
Dr. Tot was didn't want to tank that one. He wanted to stay on the map. This is a good TP from
That's
PG.
a really good TP actually. Neffle's actually gonna engage on the backside of this fight here. Not gonna be enough. The Vex ult barely misses, but Neffle, you're in a lot of trouble, buddy. Oh!
Gwen is immune. Forgot that Gwen was immune.
No, the Vex walks into the Gwen ult scissors and will die to the 200 damage ultimate. I know it's Control Shift Z to zoom out. I will do that next time. Please stop making fun of me.
I mean, that's just really disappointing to see. I think that Vex with the lead that she has...
Oh, Brick will get spotted here.
Brick is caught out. He dies here.
Not much going to be done. The Gnar will do something, but Brick now getting fully engaged on. The Kraken Slayer's it enough. He will trade the kill back for Vici, and we have another fight going here on the top. Shut down to the Jax. Neffel will teleport, and here we go with the Xerath ult from downtown. Not enough, actually, and we will live with a Rakan barely alive. Infernal Soul, the first dragon of Infernal, will go to the side of TPP, the team you don't want to have it.
I mean, with the Soul Q comp that they've drafted, all they want is damage, and Infernal Drakes are exactly what they want. To me, it looks like someone on TPP paid Riot to give them an Infernal Soul. So TPP gave the first two drags so that they could get four Infernal drags.
Follow the script.
Riot actually sponsored ELU and gave them a script to follow.
Storm, come on.
I'm leaking a little bit right now.
No, I'm going to have to put you down. I'm going to have to put you down. You're never going to cast again if you keep leaking the script.
Mom is literally driving here right now.
She's driving to your house. The script as well. Hot Dog, Bun Blade.
Is going to one-shot the Tristan.
Yep.
Oh, that you hate to see it. I guess a shield bow was required?
This is a definite shield bow game, but we have a Kraken Slayer. For who exactly, I don't know.
Well, if I was Tristana and I had an early lead like that, I would probably build Kraken Slayer regardless too.
True. Dr. Todd's actually going to go back in here. Only allure the Jax. And another fight going up right here. Here is the curtain call. This is the fight breaking out. Sorry, I actually pressed only Control Shift. Forgot I had to press the Z. Don't hate me, please.
It's not enough. I mean, Xin Zhao just presses ult to disengage.
He just blocks all 4 shots with the ult disengage. And now you gotta really watch out here. Neffel on this side over here, but we're gonna zoom out just so you can see the position of exactly what's happening. Now, it is gonna be a reset here, but you got 5 mid potentially. They are clearing vision. Vici will jump over. Not
much
much
else. This is just another instance where look at TPP solo lanes. Right? They're just permanently pushing the side waves and causing REV to lose more and more CS.
I don't think you needed to kill that ward there to give away the Rakan, but I guess they already had an idea. And it looks like blue buff will go to the Vex. That's a stopwatch. Collector already done for the Graves. Almost 10 CS a minute for white.
I mean, look at his Volby now. The Vex started 3-0 and is now down 3k gold, right?
Wow, that is a lot of gold.
Yeah, especially in less than 25 minutes. I mean, the golding isn't insurmountable at this point, but it's definitely looking like
most interesting thing to me as well is that top is somewhat recovered, and jungle is actually up 1,000 gold, and the ADC position is actually still up gold. So really, all the gold is in that Gwen Graves. Cascalian is only about a 500 up. While in support terms, that is big, but it is a mage Xerath, not a support Xerath.
That is true, that is true. They've also done a really good job picking up.
Very nice dodge by Neffel there. We're going to go ahead, cancel the Jax engage as well. There is the grand dance, and now here we go again. The current call, that's one kill with the end of the line. Vici hit again. Rakan disappeared from the map, and that is a 21-minute Baron call started for TPP here. And what looked like the beginning of greatness for REV, up 3k gold, is now starting to look like doom. Vici super low.
I applaud them for having another really good early game. It seems like they have the right ideas in their lanes, but they're just not.
Oh. Donut, Break will immediately flash in. That's a huge Gnar ultimate, and they will secure one. The Xerath coming out with the shots on Xin Zhao. Not enough. Vex is executed, and is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. We see the snipe on the zoom out view, and Neffel trying to kill the Rakan won't kill it, and he just
Nepal outplayed by a support right
Nepal
after
outplays
the
himself.
mid laner was executed.
Did you really say executed? No, come
Got that one from Ruckus.
cut that mic. Cut the mic.
Dad jokes only.
So 2 Barons will fall, but I want to see that Neffel play actually. Maybe we can go ahead and see what exactly
I don't
happened.
think anybody else wants to see it, to be honest.
I want to see it. I want to see what happened
on.
here. So Vex is immediately executed. Neffel, I think, takes the Blast Cone, goes in. Go ahead, instant knockup. Heal is... Wow.
That's just an outplay, to be honest.
Gonna go ahead and speed this game up a little, as Dragon is started.
I mean, it's gone already. It started and it's gone.
Teleport by Neffel to the wave, and instantly runs out. No immediate punish here yet.
He really, I think he's just teleporting for that that Wolves camp to deny it from Donut PvP. I don't think it's a good play, but I think that's what he was going for.
Okay, the Rakan ultimate is in. The Charmer is here. He will immediately go on Hot Dog Bun Blade. That is huge damage, actually. 1,000 gold shutdown onto Vex. Donut going in on the 2 supports. Brick will go in. Is it going to be enough? No, Wind and Lightning, not enough damage yet. Scalene going to go out. Here is the curtain call, and not much will be found from it.
To be honest, I think Dr. Allura
Oh, here we go. Brick is back in again. I don't think he's got to get out of here. The Tristana reset. It's immediately stunned. That's a Seraph ultimate kill. I'm losing my voice. Neffel will get the top turret in the meantime as well. And this is just blood. Guts galore.
You can see that Dr. Allura could have actually killed, probably gotten a quadra kill in that last fight if he just ulted the targets who are squishy. If he didn't drop his ult on the Jax, he can actually just jump to scaling, one-shot scaling, jump to Jhin, one-shot Jhin. Instead, he elects to look for the Jax, but doesn't even have enough damage to kill him. So, kind of suspicious play from the Vex. I think that could have been a game-defining moment, maybe a turn.
And ISO now ahead of gold for already again, because it hasn't been the first time. Jhin was ahead of gold before. But these gold leads are starting to get a little bit outrageous. Vex down a cool 3k, even with the 1k shutdown. LDR completed for the side of Graves. Which, I guess, would work against the Gnar and the... Gnar. Yeah.
The Gnar and the Gnar.
Scalene ulted.
I guess he's just doing it for vision.
Okay. Scalene ulted for vision. Okay, Fiji immediately
to...
gonna walk up, find the Graves, and say goodnight. Oh my god, it is a slaughter. Dr. Tot, please run for your life. Wow.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
Gnar
is actually out of control at this point.
Went night. Oh, Jinzao, you have to respect the fact that Graves is still there. The current call. Is it going to be enough for Dr. Tot? No, but it won't matter. Dr. Alluro gonna get chased down as well. 15 kill Graves. Vex gonna get instantly one shot. The white flag comes out for the emote. Fiji and Donut are back up here, but I don't think anything else will happen this game.
I mean, yeah, I mean, good comeback from TPP, being down in the early game, but I think this was more on REV just not knowing to do with their leads.
Oh? Okay, Donut will get a confirmed kill for himself, padding his KDA stats. Vici now getting engaged on. Graves is 2v1ing, one-shotting both of them. Looks like they're going to go for the dive here onto the Vex. If the minions don't kill it, it looks like it's going to be just enough. Oh my god, Vex killed with the end of the line collector. And that is game 3, 27 minutes, 50 kills.
Yeah, what an absolute banger of a game. I mean, we knew it was going to be bloody, but Who expected that, right?
Wow.
Um,
And they get their revenge. It's
yeah,
finally done. TPP avenges Subgate.
it's finally been done.
It's finally been done.
I mean, the damage charts tell the story of the
Do
game
I,
perfectly.
do I want to look at them? Oh my god.
I mean, that's about what you would expect.
Yeah, it
I think
is.
the fact that the Graves was allowed to get away with what he did early in the game, just invading like that and getting out 1v3, is honestly unacceptable, right? Especially when you have so many kills on your bot lane, on your mid laner. Like, wow, I don't know.
But
Really, really good
praise
game.
be
Really
where
good
praise
game.
deserves it. Wyke outplayed his enemies, especially with that tower dive.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, even the top kill, like once Graves gets those 3 kills, it's so hard to shut him down. I mean, look at his level advantage at the end of the game, right? He's 4 levels ahead of anyone else on Rev.
Oh my
He's 2 levels ahead
god.
on anyone else on his own team. Like,
Oh my god, he's level 17 in a 27-minute game.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
how many of the look at the kill participation from the rest of his team? I mean, how many of those kills were solo, right? You get the solo XP, solo gold on him, and it's just too
21 out
much.
of the 33 kills TPP got was solely on to Graves, and a lot of those kills came in from later the game. He did
Yeah.
glorious halal Aatrox friend tap. Yes. Story. This is a guy I randomly met in solo queue. His name was Halal Aatrox. I decided to add him. I played Mordekaiser. He plays Aatrox. I also play Aatrox. We had fun.
I think that this was a this was a statement game from TPP. Obviously they were favored in the matchup, but they looked really solid in terms of their gameplay, especially in game two. I think their early game, this game was a little shaky. I think if Rev gets some more practice on these types of champs, I think they could really put up a good showing against some of the other teams. Because I mean, getting first blood in the bot lane, um, in less than 2 minutes is insane. The teleport roams from Dr. Luro, really good too. I just think they need to understand what's illegal and what's not. Um, because the fact that White was allowed to invade so many times and get away with it, that was the part that was really shocking. Like if he had died 1 or 2 times, this game looks very different, you know? It but the 3 deaths on the Graves after the start he had was just not acceptable. But good showing from Rev in the early game, game three. I was really happy to see it, and I love this type of draft. I think they should keep coming with it.
I agree. I am just trying to. Okay. I'm trying to get the OP.GG observer to work so we could spectate game 3.
Oh, is there game three going on right now?
Yes.
How far in is it?
7 minutes.
Oh, it's relatively fresh. Do we know who won game one, game two?
I don't believe so. I think we would
Well,
only
we know
have
who
to.
won game one, right?
Do know who won game 1. And game 2 was a defeat for Hopeless and the
Okay, so it's a one and
2KK.
one.
So
Wow.
it's a 1-1 game 3 going on right now. Is there a second stream up possibly so we can see it? Maybe? Hopefully? I am trying to find out how to fix the op.gg requirements.
It's always been kind of buggy.
It has, but maybe I have to use Google Chrome instead of Opera. So let me try that. But any encouraging words to Rev? I think they played pretty good.
I think they should review this game and talk about where they could have advanced their leads because they did have an insane lead early. They had 3 for 0, right? Like they killed Scalene at sub 2 minutes. They really shut down Scalene this game. I mean, 4 deaths, right? Like obviously it's easy to get assists on Xerath, right? But the fact that you killed him basically 4 times, like basically 3 times in laning phase, right, is pretty impressive, and that's a good look, right? But it seems like they were a little bit too respectful of TPP when they were like invading greedily. Like they 5-man collapsed on Nuffle when he was taking a blue buff, right? But you don't sometimes you don't even need those 5. Like when Graves was sitting in the red side jungle, they just misexecuted, right? They had the opportunity to kill him and they just missed their abilities, right? So maybe talk about how to communicate certain things and how you want to approach fights, because I think they actually could have taken TPP in this game. So
I do think so too. I don't think you beat yourself up here if you're Rev.
yeah, it was a really good early game.
You definitely played the early game really well. It's just you went against the best team. You can't make those micro mistakes against them. Sorry, second best team. I don't want to get on your bad side.
Sus.
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 Sus. Sure. Best team to second best team, depending on the day. Let's be honest here. Uh, it really depends on the day because
The
we are
highest ranked team.
highest ranked team. I mean, considering you are the lowest ranked team and we didn't really expect much from Rev, we were still impressed with Game 3. And it was from the people we didn't expect it too. We usually, if expect to see Rev doing well, we usually expect to see Donut popping off in some way of capacity. And this was one of Donut's more unfortunate games as well. But they really did abuse the Zerath bot lane, and I really applaud them well for it. They had a lot of scrappy fights down there. And that 4-person dive, that first ever ELU replay, was insane fights.
Yeah, I'd love to see more of it. I really like these action-packed games. Hopefully, we get to see more aggressive styles in future L or in future ELU matches, because I think it's so fun to watch.
I think so too. I would really not say anything bad about the teams and how they played. I feel as if it's really hard to give. Who would you give as your player of the series?
Let me think. Let me think. Okay. Game one was all Neffel, right?
Mm-hmm.
All Neffel and all bot lane, right? Um, who is ADC for game one? They didn't get MF game one, right? Did they?
No.
No, I'm pretty sure they did, didn't they? No, it was Samira. That's right. That game was all Neffel. Uh, I think Brick Machine played well too. So player of the game for game one is definitely Neffel.
I agree.
Game two, I mean, game two had to be Wyke, right? Like he just got the counter pick on red side
I think Wyke is my MVP of the series just for
of the
his Game
series
2 and Game 3
and three.
performances.
I mean, yeah, he had insane red side picks. I mean, if a team is going to continuously draft blue side and not have a strong power pick, and you have a red side who can essentially just pick a champ and take over the game, like in game two on the Katarina, it's.
I
I mean,
agree.
yeah, that's. I think that the fastest way that Rev could improve their team play is to start picking red side when they lose a game. I think that would be their primary focus, is talk about why they're picking blue side for their draft. Because not having counterpick in your solo lanes is really devastating unless you're getting an MF first pick. So otherwise, I think the under the radar MVP for Rev.
Hmm.
I'd say is probably
I mean, loser MVP.
yeah. You're right. Um, I think Doctor Top played these 3 games pretty well, but I think it has to be Doctor Oluro again.
I
Um,
think so too. I think
the
Dr. Alluro.
consistency in games one and three, despite them losing, is is probably what I would say. I mean, it's unfortunate that all 3 games they end up going even in the beginning and then they just fall apart somewhere. But
So then, who is your second MVP for TPP? Because it is a team game. We both agree it's Wyke.
probably Nuffle.
Do you agree it's
Probably
Neville
Nuffle.
with the Game 1 performance?
I think game one was pretty
Really opened
insane.
up the series, I think.
Yeah, I think even game two, um, was pretty good from Neffel. If not Nuffle, I think ISO Square and Scalene played really well game 2 also. Uh, and game 3 ISO's deathless, so it's either Nuffle or ISO Square for me. I can't really make a decision. We're gonna have to leave that up to the podcast to decide.
True. And
So
now we actually are going to be able to interview here Mr. Wyke Wazowski, MVP of the series in Fun and Games Lobby 1. Please do not join. I can no longer drag. I can't drag people. Otherwise, I would have already dragged this person
you
up.
lost your permissions.
No, I never got any in the first place. Mom never gave me any permissions to move people, which sucks.
Mom griefing.
Mom griefed
Sad.
me. Mom grief cast.
It's because you're the middle child.
True. It is because I'm the middle
She
child.
doesn't like you anymore.
True. All right, we're gonna go head over there, ask him a couple questions. If you want to come with me, Mr. Storm.
Yeah, of course, of course.
All right. Hello there, Mr. MVP of the series.
Thanks for the casting, guys. That was pretty good.
Thank you very much for the compliments. You do beat Rev 3-0 here. And how did you feel? Because we know how you felt probably game 1 and 2. But how did you feel about game 3, keeping that mental sane enough for that failed tower dive where you outplayed them?
Well, they play mid side a lot, which I'm used to. I don't really care. The first game it went a little. Looked at my KDA looked a little wrong because I don't really care if I'm like going in getting a 2-man ult and the rest of my team just runs in and wipes. But like for the rest of the teams, or especially game 3, like I was just in the perfect scenario, like TP down to a lost fight or like a close fight, come in and just get a kill. That dive on mid was a little ambitious. If you miss R there as Vex, I think you just sort of back off and take the cooldown. Or if you play it slow, because then Zhao can essentially guarantee the kill. I think they're what they lacked mainly in game 3 was just a little bit of patience. That's all that went wrong. Maybe like if you wait out that mid dive, play it slow, there's really not much I can do because Vex can just walk up and W and I get guaranteed fear. There's no dodging that. But yeah, Rev put up a really good fight. I think a lot of people give them flack because they are the worst team in the league. But I think they put up a good fight for, what they were made out to be. Especially game 1, Dr. Luo's trading. I have a feeling that if he gets a good matchup for his LeBlanc, which sadly, like, the matchups have just been bad. It's just been a bunch of Diana and, like, a bunch of other stuff that he can't really kill. I feel like he could really shine if he gets a good matchup.
And game
Speaking
1
of
as
matchups,
well.
game 2. How did it feel to get Katarina into that team comp?
Honestly, I was thinking about playing Echo. Like,
Echo shits on
Yeah,
Ginger,
Echo shits
so.
on everybody. It's also really good into Ezreal because most Ezreals will not time around your E. And if they do, you still have Rocket Belt. Katarina really needs Dagger to deal stuff until you have 2 items, then you can just ER. But I kind of wanted Echo, but the entire team was just sort of saying, like, hey, Lock and Cat here. And I'm like, if they're asking for it, I'll go ahead. It is a pretty good team comp. It has, like, relatively low CC, hard to land stuff. Fichi is the only one who can, like, guaranteed shut me down. But, like, they... Yeah. Just, it's just not a great comp for them to pick when Katarina's up, I guess. I would never say that because Katarina's not really great in comp, but hey, it worked.
I mean, it looked really fun. I mean, there wasn't a bit of CC that they could ever hit on you because it's also telegraphed and you dodged everything you needed to, and it looked almost unfair. I remember you got your ult up twice in that last team fight when you were chasing them into their base 1v5. That looked pretty entertaining.
It's fun, but Katarina actually can get guaranteed 2 ults off past level 11 on a 5-man team fight, and on a 4-man team fight, I think level 16 with a tiny bit of CDR. But it's not ever worth going Ultimate Hunter because it never
gets
you.
Of course
it doesn't
not.
actually get you like the second reset. I actually run Cosmic Insight stopwatch on every single one of my Katarina games and my rank games.
Fair.
It's really fun to just perma TP. And that's why you fight your laner who's the same level, possibly the same skill, knows the matchup, when you could just TP bot and kill 2 people.
That's right. What's
Just
the point
run,
of fighting
just
mid?
run TP, ask them for a flank ward, and give them the Vel'Koz flank, man.
There you
Oh,
go.
true, true.
True. The Lysandra teleports.
The Vel'Koz TP. Yeah, it's coming.
Another
Yeah,
thing,
but
another question I
overall,
want to
really fun game. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Another
Sorry.
question I want to ask you as well is that when we did start the series, Rev got to that very impressive opening, and then that failed four-man dive happened. What were comms like? Can you give us an idea of how they became? Were they chaotic or were they cool, calm, and collected? Hey, they're gonna do this. We should do this and punish this.
Uh, oh, I can check the comms, but my replay software is a little laggy.
Give
Just
us your
out of
best
curiosity, Nitro, do
recreation.
you know how to invite someone to E-League? Because I can't really get an invite.
No, they have to join through the website. That's how Mom wants it. They want to join
Oh,
and sign up through the website,
oh, wait a minute. Okay.
so that way they can be a part of the E League itself. Trust me, I've tried.
Uh,
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Repeat the question. I'm a little.
Okay, it's fine. So that game one dive, that botched four-man dive that Rev did, were the comms clear, cool, collected, or did they become super chaotic and super energy filled?
Uh, they were pretty. I actually think they were relatively collected because what happened is dive was really split, so they saw me they didn't see me on top pixel bush. I think that's what it's called. I don't know if it's called that. It's the one to the left of the turret on the right side of
Mm-hmm.
the map. They didn't see me there, so I basically got two free Qs. I got a kill on the Lilia, and then you have basically two people at 50% HP trying to fight this 70% HP Samira and a Nautilus. And it's not winning. You could say that. It's also because Lucian Morgana isn't like the best combo. Lucian's only really good with Nami. So if you pick Lucian, you have to pick Nami. Else Lucian's not really good.
And
So,
now, a final question for you before we wrap it up and send it to stream, and we can all enjoy the results of the posting of TKK versus New York Mutants. Sorry, I can't
all
get that
right.
working. In your opinion, in this game, in this series, who is the MVP of the comms?
Oh, the comms. Well, the comms can get really hectic, which is why we try to get it like a designated shot caller. So at any point in time, it's either me or Scaling Circle making the final call on what we want to take a take a shot on. But some suggestions from other people can really be insightful sometimes. So I don't really think it's like one person being like, hey, just the absolute shot caller. I think it's like we're pretty good at making like taking a consensus and making like a relatively quick decision around it, and I'm really glad that TPP has got their teamwork to that point.
I do have one final question. I was told that Hot Dog Bunblade is a reference to Hextech Gunblade. Is that true?
That is correct. This is the account has 1.3 million points on Katarina, so it is that is why it's named that.
Okay. So
And
that's the
even
instant
through all my
ban.
points on Cat, I could not get to Diamond until last two seasons.
So that's the instant Katarina ban against you during Clash, I assume.
Yeah,
And
I don't entirely know because if you are a good Clash team, you don't really need to fear Katarina. I would moreover fear like competitive like comp picks like that are just perma pick. Like Silas is really scary. I died with Silas in like I picked Victor into Silas thinking like that was like winning for me, and he just killed me. I forget that the champion heals on like when you're on the receiving end, the champ heals unfair.
oh yeah,
So that's
300
why I
heal,
play it. That's why I
300
play it.
heal, level 7, level 8 is not really fun to play against.
It really, yeah, it makes his like EW trade immensely good, and off the off chance you land chain, he really does have kill pressure from 100 to 0. So
All right, so that is a W for TPP. Thank you very much for being here. I'm gonna update the
all right,
standings tonight. You are named the
and so
MVP.
that's far 4-2 so far for TPP, right?
4-2. You are tied with first.
Oh wait,
there's
nice.
3 teams tied for first right now.
There's three
Really?
teams 4-2 right now: LLW, TPP, and GCC or GCA.
GCA,
Okay,
yes.
so I'm excited for these next couple of matches to see who this GCA maybe contests for the number one. I thought
Well,
really it was just LLW and TPP and like in for the kill, but
well, let's
who
see,
knows?
because next week on Thursday we have GCA versus New York Mutants, and that should be a good one.
Okay. And how's the rest of the bracket doing? Is it just not too hot or
Well, REV is unfortunately the only winless team so far. TKK does take their first W today in that Game 1
okay?
victory over New York Mutants, but they are currently in a Game 3 battle that we can't see. The
And how
American
much do you know
Dream,
about game two or?
Game 2 was not as close.
But they did win, right?
They lost Game 2.
Oh, they lost
TKK
game two.
TKK lost Game 2. They tried
So it's one
Morgana
one right
Jungle, so it's 1-1. Yeah.
Okay, so this is I gotta tune into the stream.
We can't. There's no stream.
At Spirit Tracks or just on E-League United 2 or on the stream. Well, we'll just wait for those results excitedly.
We will do a recap of that extensively on the podcast, which we are
Okay.
helping up with your support this
Oh,
upcoming Wednesday. Should
okay.
be
I
fun.
think I'll be there.
Are you
That
the
exam
support?
is on. Yeah, I can help out.
Wait,
I have.
no, it was just your
Oh,
support. It's just Kayleen.
Yeah, it's
oh,
yeah.
oh,
Scaling's gonna be on
for
it.
my literal support. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, your
I
little
was like,
support
okay,
player.
me again.
Your
No, okay,
little
my
support player will
literal
be there.
support player. Okay, yeah.
Sorry
Okay,
about
well,
that.
thank you
That was a little confusing.
I don't know. It's just me on my end getting confused. But all right,
Okay,
guys. Well, thank you so much for the cast.
thank you very much for the
Yeah, thanks for
wonderful
the great games.
games.
That was so fun to watch.
it's
All right.
it's pretty fun to just auto someone on collector grades for 800 points.
For half their health, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna
All
definitely
right,
real quick say goodbye to the stream.
all right. See you guys.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, ELU family, for joining us for this nice 2.5 hour series. A convincing 3-0 by TPP, coming back all games against REV in the early game, and they will take the series 3-0, moving to first place in the standings. REV still looking for their first win total, but I do believe it is coming very, very soon, maybe in about week 4, week 5, if they could start getting these picks better and really adapt to the metas that's going to happen. But thank you so much for watching from me and Stormblade's Heart. We wish you the greatest of nights. Stay absolutely safe. Don't do stupid decisions. Don't drink and drive. Don't pull a Mikey. Thank you very much. We will see you tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Have a good one.